Yes, good evening and welcome to Waverley Park. A special night tonight. Two teams with so much to play for. Fitzroy 10th last year, Richmond 13th. Both teams out there. It's the first of the semi-finals in the 1993 Foster's Cup. Let's check to see how the two teams have made it. Fitzroy had a very tough draw. They played the two teams that played in the preliminary final last year. Geelong by 12 points on this ground, and then Fitzroy at Cardinia Park by 5 points. Two thrillers. And Richmond, on the other hand, have bolted away from Sydney at Lavington by 80 points and beat Hawthorn convincingly last week on this ground by 40 points. As we check the squads for Fitzroy, Ruse playing, but the acting captain is Alistair Lynch again tonight. Ruse with a pin in his finger. Gale, Sartori both passed fitness test. Manson not playing tonight. And for Richmond, Lambert, Knights and Maxfield were outstanding last week. McQueen misses out. And the two men that have kicked their goals, Hogg and Jackson playing, and Turner's been in brilliant form. So both squads pretty close to full strength. The crowd has built up in the last 10 minutes. It's a healthy one, and we're back with the opening bounce after this. Mitsubishi Motors ground report. The wind about 5 kilometres per hour to the left of screen. Goal advantage we reckon at 2. And the ground condition good. A little patchy where the resurfacing's been taken place, but all in all pretty good. The weather tonight, well, expected low was 15 and we've already gone past that at 14 degrees. So it's a cool evening. Humidity at 73%. Now the coaches and captains for tonight, Robert Shaw for the season obviously. Alistair Lynch acting, though Paul Ruse is playing, take note. John Northey and Jeff Hogg. Fitzroy, as we look at the interchange benches, Fitzroy and Richmond. Don Scott, Peter McKenna working up here with me tonight. Bernie Quinlan, Ian Robertson on the boundary line. And on before the go here, Don, with...
in the centre there, Bruce right of screen.
Knights and Armstrong, two of the stars from the opening, or from the last week's matches, and they still go, and there'll be a free kick, I think. And it's going to go to Richmond. Tonight's not the start Fitzroy wanted. It's a half forward. Hogg was on the lead. It was punched away by Morris. Quick kick away there by Matthews. Out to a wide space. And the mark taken by Bullis. But, and plays on quickly to centre wing. So Richmond away to a good start. Kick by Young. High tackle, free kick to the Tigers. Their captain, who's been in brilliant form, he kicked 5 goals against Sydney and 4 against Hawthorn. And as we've already told you, Jackson and Hogg between them have kicked 20 goals in 2 matches. And what a start this would be if he was able to goal. A free kick out of the centre with a skirmish, Armstrong and Knights. Fitzroy on the defensive from the start, and Hogg from 50 metres. He's not going to make it, but the mark to Richmond with the free kick to Fitzroy.
Push out.
Seacamp from fullback.
Yes, Marcus Seacamp has gone in short. He's found Morris. Back-up support from Ashley Matthews, former Carlton player. Kicks it wide, right out to he's looking for Ruse, as they often do, Fitzroy. Ruse recovers well on Campbell. Long hand pass from Ruse. He's looking further afield for Jamie Elliott. He knocks it on, then was held. I think it'll be a free kick for holding the man. Clever play by Elliott. Way out at half forward. Calling for someone to move. Oh, it's an ordinary kick. He was looking for Broderick. Barry Young was there, gives it across to Knights. A poor skill error, that one. Lambert, a wild kick, a wobbly one, but it finds the mark. Chris Nace marks at half forward. The Tigers looking good in this first couple of minutes. Play on the umpire calls, as Nace kicks it long. One-on-one contest. Jackson with strength, couldn't quite grab it, and they're able to get away through Bradley Boyd on to Broderick, and now Seacamp. Good defensive play by Fitzroy.
To centre wing. Oh, courage shown there by Matthew Francis, who's come in tonight for McQueen. Just as if he might have hurt his collarbone when he took that. And he's in a bit of pain. Low drop punt and chipping in Broderick, who's got so much skill. It's going to be a big playmaker for Fitzroy again this year, you would think. Free. Took a chance, got away with it. Tried to draw a player. It was forced onto his left foot. Chance though in front. Jackson, mouthguard comes out. He'll retrieve it. So Hogg and Jackson immediately into the action.
He looks a much better player, Jackson, when he moves about. He was pushing and shoving earlier, gave away a free kick initially, then it was a push and shove contest when the ball came down last time, but he was on the move on that occasion and takes the mark, and that's what he did last time out against Chris Mew when he was playing at centre half forward. A better player when he moves.
He'll kick from about 45 metres, drop punt, no worries with the distance, it's close, and he's just missed. So behind, Richmond have peppered a bit, and first score up as Fleming. Caven goes wide. Lambert, he was brilliant early against Hawthorn. Short to Nash. Bit quiet in that big win against Hawthorn. Umpires Mike tonight. 4 by 20-minute quarters plus the time on. No draw in Foster's Cup matches. Extra time to be played. This semi-final. Winner to play. The winner out of West Coast and Essendon. Nash's kick right there. Jackson went for the fly. Punched away by Matthews from the side or behind. So Fitzroy under siege at the moment, but Richmond unable to score a goal, and it's 2 points.
Peter Caven is a beautiful kick, a left footer. He can play at both ends of the ground. That is a lovely kick, a 60-metre drop punt. Rouge shuffled out of it. Could be no, the advantage paid. Matthew Francis in towards full foot. Oh, it beats the pack. Jackson, an open goal, a gimme.
Well, in cricket terms, they were clean bowled, the Fitzroy players. There's Michael Gale remonstrating, showing his frustration. But two of those Fitzroy players, they went out and attacked the ball. We'll watch this on replay. Francis there, another courageous effort. Seacamp, they just couldn't get their body down behind the ball.
Three scoring shots to the Tigers, 1 goal, 2. Fitzroy yet to score. They're looking good. There's Schaefer getting it out, but it's Boyd who intercepts. Down towards half forward, the Fitzroy players not settling in just yet. Dundas gets it for Wind. He's ridden into the ground. Play on calls the umpires. It's shuffled out again. It's at half back, too high. And Jimmy Wind better be careful. He might get a 50-metre penalty. Tony free to take it and gives off a hand pass to Herman.
Straight down the ground. Looking for Francis, knocked away from him that time. Take though by Richmond and Knights. Knights to fall forward. Hogg sets himself and takes it.
It's like kick the kick in the schoolyard on that occasion. He had the set. All he had to do was come up over the back, as you can see there. 2 steps, knee into the back. I suppose you can blame Seacamp on that occasion. He was in front, kept his eye on the ball. It's just that Hogg had the sit.
Very good kick coming in. Gave Hogg every chance. Drop punt for goal. And Richmond away to a fly. It's a very good start for the Tigers at 2-2. Fitzroy yet to score. And ominously, it's been Hogg and Jackson who have scored the goals.
Well, here's the ball coming out again. Knights getting the ball down. I like the way that Knights attacked the ball a little earlier there. He just didn't grab it when he went past the pack, but on that occasion took it. And Hogg, who has, I believe, responded to the responsibilities of being captain. His first goal last time out against Hawthorn was magnificent.
So back to the centre, and the value of the long kick down to your forwards too by Matthew Knights. That was terrific play. Now here's Wayne Campbell, the chip pass down towards half forward again. Seacamp goes to ground. Free kick, the umpire's paying as the Richmond player Wayne Herneman kicks it on, but the umpire will bring it back. Free kick from the back.
Interesting that Fitzroy playmaker Matthew Armstrong, who starred in their 2 games, is being tagged by Herman. Now Herman had the job against Platten last time here, so he gets the main playmaker for the opposition.
Seacamp out to Bradley Boyd. Boyd to the half-forward line. Broderick and Maxfield. That'll be a good contest. And racing it over the line is number 31 for Richmond, John Howard, the former Melbourne player.
How do you read Roos? Is he picking up Campbell, do you think, Don, or are they just playing on the wing together?
No, well, Campbell was going with him earlier. It's an interesting one, actually, that, because Campbell had a quiet one because he was tagged last time Richmond played Hawthorn, and he really did go out of the game.
Robert Schaefer, the recruit from Sturt, doing the ruckwick. He did very well against Hawthorn. Well, it was nearly a holding decision to Richmond. Taken away by Baldwin. Clever hand pass over the top to Roos. He's dispossessed. There's Jamie Elliott trying to get in another hand pass. Eventually the quick kick comes down towards half forward. Maxfield in front, spoiled by his own man. Lambert shuffles it back around the boundary line. Fleming went in hard. Oh, good play by John Howard. That is tremendous play to Campbell. Campbell punches it on them, was held. The advantage will be paid to Campbell. Good play by the youngster. He kicks it long. Seacamp waits underneath it. Also there is Gale. Backup support from Matthews. Good teamwork by the Roys as they bring it to the centre of the ground. Lambert put his body in. Now it's Jimmy Wine breaking away. This will be a good game, this one. You can see the makings of it already. Ooh, wild kick by Dundas. That was Tony Free to the half-forward line. Elliott, he's caught. The tackling ferocious at the moment. Here's Elliott again. Seacamp. Further afield is Baldwin. Baldwin to the half-forward line. The mark taken by Stevens,
who'd made a very good hip and shoulder a moment ago. He's kicked with the left foot to Lynch, and a free kick to Lynch, the acting captain.
Well, you can see a couple of those Fitzroy players responding in not the way you want them to if you're a coach, under pressure. Richmond really exerting pressure, and some of those Fitzroy players fumbling, especially around midfield.
There was no doubt whatsoever about the free kick.
He's going to kick from 35 metres. Played so much football at full-back, but he can play at either end of the ground. And drop punt by Lynch. He's hooked it. And a disappointing result.
Well, he kicked very, very poorly down at Geelong against Footscray. He kicked 5 or 6 points that day, as a matter of fact.
Coutura with the left knee heavily strapped. Wasn't the case when he was so brilliant against Hawthorn last week. What a stunning debut he made. Bullis was his target. Free kick though to Fleming. And half forward. No, going the other way.
No, he was in possession of the ball.
So Bullis, awkward looking kick to centre wing. Over the back, Boyd. A couple of touches. Good tackle by Herman. Handball by Armstrong, but out of play. So throw in at centre wing. Richmond leading by 2-2 to a point.
Michael Dunstall coming on and actually going off for that misdemeanor. Fleming, I should imagine.
Oh, the ball at half forward. Well, it's actually on centre wing as Baldwin takes it. Baldwin to the half-forward line, a pack of players. Howard came flying over the back. Schaefer was there also. Well played Dundas. On the line, 2 good little players for Fitzroy. Here's Stevens. Oh, he gave it to Armstrong, who was covered. A poor hand pass by Brett Stevens. And a holding the ball decision, and it all started from a poor option. This is Herman to the half-forward line. Boyd went for the punch and missed. That's Francis. Dispossessed by Gale, and over the line it goes on centre wing. Good start for the Tigers, 2-2 to a point.
Lavone Turner to Herman. High one, but Fitzroy should take it comfortably. Nice stretch by Matthews, and unopposed takes the mark at half-back. Switches play. Drop punt to centre wing. Well, good kick as it was. Caven probably should have taken it. The handball on to Stevens was good to Broderick. Over the top. Chance for Dunstan has just come on. Drop punt for goal. Good one. A beauty. Well, it's what they wanted. Some efficient forward play and a finishing kick. And Fitzroy on the board. And it's 7-14.
Just have a look at this hand pass from Broderick. I'm amazed at the skill level of these players possess. Now watch this by, look, on the ground, he put that on the ground intentionally. That wasn't a bad hand pass. It was a good hand pass.
Well, Fitzroy right back in this game after an opening blitz by Richmond. Only 7 points the margin now. Ashley Matthews to do the ruck work against young Schaefer. And Matthews a backhanded flick. Barry Young appealing for the free kick for holding the man. Now Matthews butters up again. That was good play, but his handball straight into Bullis. And in the meantime he was held. So it'll be Matthews to take the kick at half forward. He gives off a hand pass to Armstrong, who's normally a beautiful kick, and that's no exception. Right down to full forward, the ball hits the deck, players swoop in on top of it, and the umpire will bounce about 20 metres out from the Fitzroy goal.
Lions attacking strongly after Richmond dominated the opening minutes. And as we said in the opening, so much for both these teams to play for tonight. Promising start to what's a very long year. Freeze kick away. Stevens, Maxfield's hip and shoulder. It was a feature last week against Hawthorn. Missed by Baldwin and out of play. So some hassling again there by Richmond. There's Scott Turner, who kicked 3 goals in 1 quarter against the Hawks last week. And that's why they were so good. It was either Hogg or Jackson or Turner dominating. Between them they kicked 11 goals. Gale, Stevens on his left foot, centering kick. Satori with a big fly. Here's Pachura, takes a chance. Dunstan ran him down and gives Dundas the chance. Off the ground, Campbell tried to take him out with a hip and shoulder, couldn't do it. Now Dunstan from Dundas turns Campbell around, goes short or clever to Gale. He's looked good, Dunstan, since coming on for Fleming. Gale goes very short, too short. Bullis. Wobbly old kick by Bullis, but at least it's in the right direction in front of Lambert. This is an important ball to be won. And Lambert won it well and then held it up okay. Both sides desperate there, weren't they?
It's interesting to note the styles of play. Richmond go long from midfield down to the forward line. You can see Fitzroy on the other hand going short, trying to give it to the player on a plate.
That was Francis kick in, well spoilt then by Roos, coming in late to thump it over the line, and that was a happy Fitzroy supporter. There's Paul Roos. Fairly quiet in their win against Footscray down at Geelong. And still on centre wing, this is Chris Nash with the short haircut, caught with the ball. Knights, they're tackling hard Fitzroy. They're really getting into those little players for Richmond, and that could a free kick going the way of Jimmy Wine, who seems to be picking up Craig Lambert. Good little stopper, real good player, Jim Wine. Brings it to the half-forward line. Up they go, and a good mark taken by John Howard, who's been performing very well for the Tigers. Now he chips it in short. This is Schaefer, one of the many recruits. The Richmond Recruiting Committee under Doug Vickers and Brian Waldron, they've done an outstanding job in the last couple of years. They've picked up some great players. Here's Paul Rouge. And it always excites the Fitzroy supporters.
Yeah, they've got the options.
He's found Gale. They've got Armstrong. He'll swing back onto his left foot here. Here's a beautiful kick, Armstrong. Oh, he's got an option of 2 players, and he found one of them. This player, very impressive, Dunstan.
As soon as Gale got the ball out to his right on the outer side, Peter, there were 3 options. Those Fitzroy backs prepared to leave their man and run down the ground. All he had to do was switch, go out to the outer flank, and they could have taken it down.
Well, he's already kicked 1 goal, Michael Dunstan. This one drifts across and touched over the line, so a throw in right next to the behind post. But Dunstan has shown a lot of class in this first quarter.
7-14. Jackson, Hogg, the goal scorers for Richmond. As Peter mentioned, Dunstan for Fitzroy. Armstrong, clever shot for goal. Bounces through for a behind. Opportunist performance there by Armstrong. And Fitzroy as the Richmond interchange of 4. Warm up, Pachura to come back in with it, the 18-year-old. There's Howard. Only played 20 games in 4 years at Melbourne, but Northey must think highly of him. He brought him with him, as it turned out. Goes straight down the centre. Free kick to the Lions.
There was actually a shepherding on Matthews.
50 metres. No, that hit the Fitzroy player's arm, didn't it?
Yes, you're right. It's going to be 50 metres. It'll be interesting. So he goes from kicking from 70 metres to kicking from about 25. But I'm sure you're right, Don. When the ball was thrown back, it hit the Fitzroy player's arm. Let's have a look at this. Well, 50 metres for that.
Well, maybe Matthew...
Bessie thought he deliberately threw it into him.
From point-blank range goal. Matthews scores, and it's 2-2 apiece.
Well, we've certainly got a game of it here. This is one game that I was looking forward to. These two teams certainly on the rise, playing with a lot of enthusiasm. Knocked off some good teams to get to this game. Fitzroy making another change. Bremen on, and it's Barry Young going off.
Who's your ruckman? They get you away on Pingham.
Well, scores are level. Fitzroy have come back well. Just under 7 minutes to go in this first term. There's Schaefer. Oh, good hit out too. Kicked off the ground by Francis, but Fitzroy's swoop. Armstrong's been in great form in recent weeks. Gets it to Baldwin towards the half-forward line. The Richmond players swoop in on it. Frees in. Another free kick to Fitzroy. They'll have to bring it back, or it could be another 50.
Bremen not just on too, Peter, and Young going off.
Jimmy Wine, a very underrated player. Wine in towards full forward. Lees versus Lynch. Lynch had the pace to spoil the full back on that occasion. Now here's to Matthew Dundas. Swings around on the right foot towards the pocket. Ruse unable to get back as Batura takes it over the line. It's in the forward pocket. What a good contest this will be. In recent years, Fitzroy have always played very, very well against Richmond. There's Satori. Oh, big hit out. Lynch cleverly to Wine. Great play. Goal.
Well, poetry in motion. Well done, Lynch. Just looked so easy, didn't it? Or he made it look easy. The way he tapped it down with the left hand. We'll watch this on replay. The big punch from Satori. Over the top. Just so matter of fact. Well done.
Like an NBL basketballer at his best, wasn't he? What vision by Lynch, the acting captain, to set Wind up with what turned out to be an easy goal. It looked sure to go through from behind. Fitzroy have jumped right back into this match to lead by a goal. Maxfield's kick smothered. Richmond needs something urgently. They're only a goal behind, but all momentum's with Fitzroy. Good tackle on board.
Yes, that was a good tackle too.
Maxfield, who was a playmaker last week in the best 2 or 3 in a brilliant winning performance. Well, not much in that kick to Bremen, but at least set him up, and he is a powerful kick. Hogg unable to. Caven just stood his ground and Seacamp took it as Morris takes it away. Francis went early, made the mistake. Ruse swings it to Lyons, first real touch. Back to Armstrong. He's got to take them all on. Poor handball, but maybe a poor call by Armstrong. Here's Maxfield. Goes for the Hogg. Great kick. A beautiful pass. There was a space and Hogg was running into it.
I made this point the other night. Players are programmed to handball every time they get it. That was a ridiculous handball.
Who do you blame though, Don? Do you blame
Well,
Armstrong?
you don't blame the players because, as Peter just said, they're programmed. Just watching them in their warm-up, it's all reflexive handball before they come out onto the ground. They do it at training, as they say, programmed. But isn't it interesting noticing the different style of play, the way Richmond got it in there and quickly down to Hogg.
Drop pump by Hogg, looks okay. And the captain kicks his second. And what a splendid opening quarter this is. It's terrific footy at 3-2 apiece.
Well, they're two sides, aren't they, that will create a lot of headaches for all sides. As you see there.
Here's the turnover. Herman getting it, then Bremen across to Maxfield. Delivering the ball out of the square long.
No holding.
A quick turnover caused that goal to Hogg after a ridiculous hand pass, but 3-2 apiece. A terrific game from two promising young sides, both of them. Oh, socket, oh, dangerous, but someone was being held in there, and guess who? In the middle of the pack again, Jimmy Wine. And another 50-metre penalty. Oh, boy. Now he'll have to be taken over the 50-metre line here.
I think Francis ran over the mark.
And in fact from the centre to the actual 50-metre line, so the distance a little doubt here. Jimmy Wine kicks it long, floats in towards the... Oh, mark! Good mark, Satori. Now he will have to kick from right in the boundary line, Don.
It's going to be interesting, Peter. He can go back If he goes back far enough, all he has to do is take a couple of steps to the left and he's opened up the goal face if he goes back far enough. Players can't get near him.
Looks like he's going to have a set shot, or will he run out to the left? Well, he's going to set shot. Peter Satori kicks, and I think he might have kicked it. He has. So Peter Satori kicks his first, and most importantly for Fitzroy, they now lead by 6 points.
He was a player they were looking for last year. Unfortunately, he was injured, Satori, but a tall player up on that forward line is always a benefit in a situation such as this. The players trying desperately, you can't blame them. Patura trying to punch, Howard coming over, just a lack of judgment on occasion. Execution poor, but the idea was right from the Richmond defenders.
A couple of costly 50-metre penalties for Richmond in this opening term. 4-2 to 3-2, Fitzroy lead. Schaefer has a run of it. Matthews wins it clearly. Wind getting some touches on land, but Matthews well done. But Free able to take it away for Richmond. 2 half forward. Naish attacking it. Oh, gee. Seacamp fixing Naish up after Boyd was there, and now Jackson coming in to let Seacamp know all about it. Turner only as far as Broderick. There's that programming handball. That one worked. Baldwin to centre wing. Stevens, no free kick. Free round his body. Turner hanging on to Boyd. Free kick. Boyd is well on top of Turner early. Broderick to Baldwin, and Baldwin now from centre wing.
Jason Baldwin had no one leading for him, so he had no... Oh, Schaefer went back with the flight and missed it, and kicks out on the fall. Or was it a free kick down the ground? Yeah, relayed free kick down the ground, I feel. No, Brett Stevens will have to bring it back. It's a Richmond kick.
You see here the free kick coming as he got rid of the ball.
So
elementary, dear Watson.
Yeah, this is John Howard at half-back. As he brings it over the centre wing area. Oh, pack of players there, the big thump. Fitzroy doing well at ground level. There's Ross Lyon. Oh, he got his boot to it. I thought he was going to drop it red hot then. It's half forward for Fitzroy. Lambert hasn't been in it much yet. That's because Jimmy Wine's picking him up. There's Herman getting it to Todd Bremen. Oh, Bremen, the trainer there in the way of the runner. That was Bullis on to Campbell. Further afield it goes to Lambert. And eventually it's a free being paid there to Matthew Francis.
And he's holding his left arm too, Peter.
Yes, he doesn't look too good. Roos back with the flight of the ball. Kept his eyes on it. Good play by Paul Roos. On to Broderick. Handball allows Dunstan to chip it around the corner. A clever little kick it was too. He's looking for guard, and no one near guard for it. Oh, he can't pick it up. Now he's got it. Jeremy Guard got himself into a lot of trouble. Brings it in towards full forward. Lyon couldn't take the mark. Here's Dunstan again. And Dunstan handballs to Batura. Here's Satori. Now it's Armstrong round the corner, and it's close. Goal. Matthew Armstrong kicks his first. The Roys have come back hard. 5-2 to 3-2.
When we talk about pressure, there's a lot of pressure out there, and it's being exerted by both sides now as Fitzroy really are warming up to the task. You can see the way they scramble that goal through. There was no real system. It's just a case of perseverance.
Ready?
And finally, Armstrong snapping for goal.
They have to take him out.
Lions over the Tigers by 2 goals. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 goals. Schaefer won the tap. Knights held, no free kick or thrown by Francis, who's definitely injured. Broderick caught, good tackle by Maxfield. Baldwin got the footy away though to half forward. Free kick to, no, not to Free. Taken by Guard, should give a handball, does. Lyon should goal on the run, goes for it, drop punt, steadies and misses.
Could have gone over the top to Dunstan then. Ross Lyon. Young about to come on for Richmond.
Coach comes down to ground level. Patura's kick, awkward. It was meant for Howard. Armstrong, who's had a wonderful first quarter, his 5th kick. And here's an easy one for Lynch.
Satori it was getting up and doing what Lynch did earlier, tapping the ball down. Lynch on the run. Again, they made it look so easy, but not a good kick out from full-back. Here's the kick. He really didn't get onto it, Ventura. Should have gone a lot further than that. Look at the pressure. Players not able to steady and get their kick as Armstrong just banged it down to the forward line, hoping. In that situation, when you've got tall fellows down there, they are an advantage when the pressure is really on.
Well, they've turned this round the lines. 6 goals to 3. Knights. Campbell.
Francis is off too, Bruce.
Definitely injured early, was he? Jackson held on to, no free kick, Seacamp. Fitzroy desperate at the footy. And Jackson will be disappointed there.
I think the umpire would be saying Jackson was actually in control of the ball. Let's see if he was. He's got it.
He's being held though, isn't he, really?
Has he got the ball? That's the question.
50-metre mark, here's Naish. Richmond need a goal before quarter time to try and turn things around. Broderick, quick hands to Baldwin. Out of defence, Fitzroy to the centre. Schaefer has to go. Got a bad bounce. Didn't attack it with any confidence though. Stevens, left foot, didn't go far, but it was an important ball to be won. Richmond had numbers. Hasn't Dunstan made a difference since coming on for Fleming? Guard from centre wing. Goes to half forward. Satori, well, he should have attacked it. Got a push in the back and got a free kick.
Peter Satori, well, I think he was waiting for his teammate to come in and take that mark. He could have taken it himself, but he got a push in the back.
There's not too many options for him in the goal square. They're 3-1. 1 Fitzroy, 3 Richmond.
Satori from 55 metres. Oh, nice looking kick. A beautiful drop punt right up to the square. Almost a mark to Schaefer. Guard tried to soccer it off the ground. Now goes in and grabs it. And there's the siren to end a terrific quarter of football out here at Waverley. It was all Richmond early, then Fitzroy came back. 6-3, 39 to Richmond 3-2, a total of 20.
Time at Waverley Park. Fitzroy 6-3-39 lead Richmond 3-2-20. Foster's Cup on Saturday night, the second of the semi-finals, 8:30 Eastern Time, West Coast, Essendon. Don't forget that Sports World at 9 o'clock Sunday Eastern Time. Big wrap-up of football and racing and all the other major sports. Australian Touring Car Championships Round 2, Simmons Plains, Sunday, March 14. Check your local guides for telecast details. And it's lovely to welcome officially Bernie Quinlan and Ian Robertson to tonight's telecast. Good evening, gentlemen. Bernie.
Good evening, Bruce, and thank you. Yes, well, naturally Robert Shaw was wrapped with the way Fitzroy came back in the second part of that first quarter. His big go was application and perseverance. He said to Matty Armstrong, just forget about Herman, his job is Knights, and also Jimmy Wine. He was very happy with his job on Craig Lambert. Robbo?
Well, John Northey, of course, was most disappointed with their performance. Undisciplined, too many stupid free kicks. A bit more vision and a bit more talking. How could Roos be on his own across half-back? And across the centre was hopeless, and it was nowhere near like last week. Well, we didn't have to know that. We can see that.
Thanks for that, Robbo and Bernie from the boundary line. As Herneman gets his first kick for the night. Falls into the arms of Campbell. He just chips one over the top to Naish. Hogg's handball okay. Jackson's handball okay. In the pocket, Turner had it ripped off him. Fitzroy's tackling has been brilliant. That was Baldwin. Gee, took a long time, Morris, didn't he? And off the ground, Turner, and hits the post. Oh, wouldn't Morris have paid dearly for that one? Almost froze, didn't he, for a moment?
I think he looked up, he had no one to kick it to, and then came back into the fray, and he got himself in big trouble. 6-3 to 3-3. Peter Caven to bring it back into play. Lovely kick to the half-back line. Some pushing and shoving going on. Oh, Ashley Matthews been very impressive. Gives it across to Broderick. Broderick Long driving kick. Elliott back with the flight of the ball, but it's socket over the line. So it'll be a throw in. That's Barry Young on screen, centre wing. And there's Todd Menegola on the right. Nathan Bauer, Anthony Bannock. There's Jim Wine shuffling it out of the pack. Eventually the kick comes down towards half forward for Fitzroy. Here's Todd Bremen and Tony Free. He's dragged off the ball. Advantage might be paid here. It is to Howard. Now on to Lambert. Lambert very wide there. It can go off and running now. This is Schaefer. Schaefer, the long kick. That's the way to play it. Right down towards Hogg. A great mark. The advantage of the long kick, Don.
Yes, you called it, Peter, and really that's the way a forward wants the ball. They don't want players mucking around handballing, short passing on the forward line, because what they want is to get that initial advantage. All you have to do is be in front, as Hogg was on that occasion, hold his ground. The long kick from Schaefer, you catch your back man out.
Jeff Hogg has kicked 2 goals, and he's a beautiful kick. Picture of concentration, Jeff Hogg, as he comes in from 30 metres, and no doubt about it, it's a goal. 3 goals to the captain and full forward, and they creep back 2 goals the margin now.
He's got a beautiful style when kicking for goal, Jeff Hogg. The concentration and the execution, very, very good. Here he is, strong body work.
12-point margin. Centre square, or Schaefer could have taken it in the end. Matthews unable to get there to contest. Dennis Rich and Hayden Kennedy, tonight's umpires. Jim Wine on the bottom.
Gee, I wouldn't be picking him up if I was Craig Lambert.
There's the Fitzroy interchange bench.
Good players made of nowadays.
Lambert caught by our guard.
Well, picking your opponent up, he's tagging you.
I don't think anyone's picking anyone up here, Don.
Oh, what's wrong with a bit of good sportsmanship now and again? Don, wake up to yourself. Fair day. I know what you would have done, put his head in further into the turf.
Schaefer. Matthews. And the Richmond runner being asked to go away.
Well, he got in the way before of the ball, didn't he?
Richard Loveridge.
Is that who it is?
He's got glasses too, perhaps he can't see where he's going.
Baldwin to Howard, to Lambert. Young tried to take guard out. Lambert's kick towards centre wing. Turner was in the front. Boyd's done very well on him so far. Gale with some pace and strength. Left-hand handball. Guard recovered all right. Lambert castled him away. Handball by Broderick, good. Elliott's kick was smothered. Schaefer takes a while to wind up and lope away, but he kicks the footy a long way. Naish, well, too much height there, Morris, and takes the mark. And if you was mum, you put the tag down, wouldn't you, on the back of his jumper?
Well, Paul Morris will take that mark. And Morris almost made a dreadful mistake just a few minutes ago. Now he kicks across the ground. He finds Seacamp, a good honest goer, Marcus Seacamp. He brings it down towards the half-forward line. Running back with the flight is Caven. Caven might have been moved from full-back by the looks of it, because he's way down on centre wing. Now he swings onto his left foot. He'll look further afield towards Lynch. Out he comes. Good lead. And cop one across the ear for his trouble.
Actually, I think he's still playing at full-back because Hogg was standing the mark, Peter. So it's good to see Caven prepared to run down and Hogg at least going with him.
Now Lynch chips it in short towards the half-forward line. It comes back. Here's Ross Lyon kicking it across the ground. That is smart play. And he finds Matthew Armstrong, who is a great kick.
On the run.
Well, I'll nominate he'll kick this goal. Well, he'll make the distance anyway, Don.
So what is he going to kick it or make the distance?
Well, he'll certainly kick it. But he'll kick from about 52 metres. The drop punt, oh, it will drop short into the square. No mark. The ball hits the deck, knocked away by Paturo. Dangerous. Satori looking for a hand pass. Wind, a further hand pass. Now it's Dunstan. He was looking for Lyon. It's still in the forward zone as players crash in on top of the ball. There'll be a bounce about 35 to 40 metres out from the Fitzroy goal.
Important time for Richmond. You get the feeling they've got to hang on here. Fitzroy mounting up another attack, leading by 2 goals. The Tigers have got to stay close. Knights had it dropped. It might have been lucky. And both, particularly Knights, Lambert's had some touches in this quarter, but they've been attacked every time they've had the footy, haven't they? 2 and 2 for Knights, 3 and 5 for Lambert. Last week, Knights knocked up getting kicks in the second half. Twice the best and fairest at the club. Stevens, a one-handed handball. Baldwin's kick was smothered. Lambert getting in there and doing some hard work. Knights off the ground, not a bad option. Bremen didn't do all that well. Stevens twists and turns. Handball had nothing on it. Bremen's handball was a beauty to Knights. It was wonderful football. And away goes Jackson, who's right up the ground like Hogg was. Unfortunately, he's running straight to the boundary. Now straightens up, left foot kick towards the 50-metre line. Hogg held onto. No free kick. Handball by Boyd. He looked as if he was tripped. Fitzroy has the numbers. Matthews breaks a tackle, gives the handball to Baldwin. Bremen put him under pressure. Front spot was Elliott, taken off him by Richmond. Here's Maxfield. Tigers mount something. Maxfield goes to Hogg. Free kick against Caven. Well played, Hogg, because he's out of position.
Yeah, he was, Bruce. You're dead right, because it was well played, because what he did was prop, used his body, Hogg. He's just a bit too strong at the moment for Caven in these situations. He held him out earlier, but then again...
Good play, Hogg.
Well,
frustrating, isn't it?
It's nearly the safest kick in the league from here, isn't he? I'll probably just about put the mocker on him, but
he is a beautiful kick for goal.
Yeah, perfect kicking style.
Terrific.
Jeff Hogg.
You'd back him 99 times out of 100 from 35 metres out, straight in front, drop, punt, and he's done it. Well, this is a captain's performance. 4 goals in a big game of football like this. And Hogg really keeping Richmond in, isn't he?
Well, they should really make the switch now. There's no doubt in my mind Alistair Lynch should be playing at full back.
Well, I tend to disagree with that, because Lynch did play at full back, and I thought he really left a little bit to be desired in the early game against Carlton. Looked a better player when he's gone up forward against Geelong.
6-3 to 5-3. Well done by the Tigers to come back. Will Fitzroy be forced to move Alistair Lynch from full forward to full back, because Jeff Hogg has kicked 4 and looks like kicking a dozen the way he's going. Number 11 is Wayne Herneman to the half-forward line, all uncontested here. Scott Turner, now he can bring it to the pocket. Another man on his own, and the mark taken by Chris Nash. He's deep in the pocket. Now he's going to chip it across here. That's intelligent football, and Turner has marked on a better angle, 45-degree angle this time, but only 30 metres from goal, and the Tigers coming back hard. And there's a two former great Tigers, the coach John Northey and Francis Burt, one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
He's a much improved player, Scott Turner. Started at Collingwood under-19s, would you believe? Had to go back to Ararat, then to Melbourne. But really has improved this year.
Well, here's the kick. It's to the right. And here's kick A behind. Has played a lot of his football, Don, at full back.
Last year, well, he was just too slow last year at full back. But you can get away with a lack of pace up on the forward line.
France has been worked on.
You were the exception.
Caven's kick. Oh, big leap by Roos, but a wonderful mark on the front by Turner. Roos with a fly at the back. Lambert looks for it short in the pocket. It goes there and he gets it. Lambert from 45 metres, and if he kicks this, Richmond are going to be in front. So they've turned this around again. They've worked very hard. Drop punt by Lambert. And Jackson, no, free kick going to Fitzroy.
This is Mark, no, it's not, it's Ashley Matthews to take this kick. He's had a pretty good game so far. Now he chips it in short. This is Paul Morris. Oh, he loves to handball. Now it's Michael Gale. Oh, they've got themselves in all sorts of trouble here. Seacamp. Now Armstrong, he was held. There'll be a free kick to Armstrong.
You know, a lot of these players, I believe, Peter,
and
handball to get themselves out of trouble. There's another 50 metres there. Now this is about the third one Richmond are given away. We'll see the replay as Knights goes in.
Well, it's a turnover. It's centre of the ground. Wayne Herneman. Oh, big chance here for Jackson, racing back with the flight. Will it sit for him? No, he's tripped over. Bradley Boyd butters up, takes it away. He can have a few bounces. That's 2. Will he kick it? He will. He brings it around centre wing. Races onto the ball. Broderick, oh, well done. Taps it on in front, and eventually Tony Free takes it over the line, right on centre wing. What a good game of football. Robert Shaw a little bit more worried now because Richmond have come back hard.
Gee, Jackson, it was a poor effort, wasn't it, to go to ground like that and hold your feet. As the Tigers go forward, Dundas from centre wing. Lynch on a long lead, attacks it. Can't quite take it. Well done by Lees in the end, very well done. Herneman unable to take the mark. Broderick's handball to Dundas. Quick tackle by Free. Lynch able to tap it out. Swilling in the crunches, Campbell. Been quiet tonight as he was last week. Good kick though to Maxfield at centre wing. The little gives okay to Nash. She straightens up. Attacks to centre half forward. Jackson free kick. Against Seacamp. Now Hogg's one out if he can get it quickly.
Kick it now.
Takes a chance, Jackson. Not good. In fact, it was very, very poor. Gale gives it to Roos, and Jackson's made two bad errors.
Well, as you called it, Bruce, Hogg was on his own with the full back.
Lynch to Satori on a long lead. Now the numbers are with Richmond, but unable to take it. And here comes Dunstan for goal. Takes Bullis on, doesn't beat him. It's right there. Stevens with a chance. Quick handball to Dundas. Tries to twist, turn. Tackle is ferocious on Dundas. They hold it up. Free kick to Richmond. What a big play that was. Dundas looked for the free kick.
What a great effort from Bullis, the big fellow, to run Dunstan down.
Yeah, good effort by Richmond.
Then again, you can say, wasn't an arrogant play by Dunstan, because in a pressure game, you just put the ball on your foot.
Oh, that's Schaefer receiving from Patura. Schaefer to the half-back line. Good mark, Campbell. He really has a lot of talent, this player. He was quiet against Hawthorn. Darren Baxter played very well on him. Wayne Campbell, look at that for class. Chips it in short. Finds Lambert. Craig Lambert at half-back. Very rarely kicks the ball. He loves to handball. On this occasion, he's forced to kick to the centre of the ground. Players set themselves. Matthews could mark. Roos, so that must be in the back. No. And Herman appealing for a free kick for holding. Now the umpire will come in about. I thought he jumped straight to Roos's back then. Good crowd here tonight. All the supporters hoping that their sides will produce something this year. Two promising young sides. Centre wing. And again, it will be a bounce.
Donna's looks like Armstrong's with Knights now, and Herman's with Broderick. So there's been a
Herman
change
had,
there.
yeah, that's right, Bruce. Herman had the job initially on Armstrong.
Wine tries to crash through, doesn't get very far, held up, and again a bounce. Just feel that Richmond has increased its rate, hasn't it? It's now matching Fitzroy for intensity and its tackling.
In these games too, you really do see what type of players you've got out there on the ground. A real pressure game.
Lambert's been one man who has lifted. Handball to Roos. It was good play by Elliott. Roos to half forward. Lynch in front of Lees, but he's a long way from goal. John Howard there. And the Tigers run it out, and suddenly they're starting to win these important one-on-one duels.
There's no doubt in my mind, Alistair Lynch, I would get him to full back. He's an attacking backman, Alistair Lynch. Barry Young in a bit of strife there.
Centre wing, Lambert. Handball missed the body that time. Morrish. She had forever, was going to give off a handball, got some distance. Lyon with a very good bounce and goes with the left foot for goal and misses. Well, what about Satori on his own? Running into the centre half forward area. So a couple of times, Don, they've attacked Fitzroy, haven't they? And missed chances.
Yes, they have. Ross there, capable of the incredible. And he can make some incredible misses and some incredible shots.
Robert
Shaw.
Shaw.
Make them or he doesn't.
So Robert Shaw on the screen. Here's Mark Patura. Nice kick to the half-back line, and that's a good mark too to Bullis.
It's a rough diamond, isn't it?
Ponytail. Now Paul Bullis to centre wing. Uncontested was Chris Nash. Here's Herman, the former Carlton player. Ian Herman to half forward. Matthews. Oh, he showed courage then. Now a chance for Herman on the left foot. Where's Hogg? Hogg versus Caven. Punched away, well played by Caven. There's Matthews again, a quick kick, but all straight to Herman. Two former Carlton players combining with each other there. Up towards half forward, thumped away by Knights. Knights goes in again, should have given away a free kick. Umpire calls play on the seat cam, gets it out towards the half-back line. Again, it's Herneman. He's got a bit of class too. He's lost it though to Stevens. Here's Broderick. He gets in a hand pass. That was Morris. Now Baldwin, combining well. Fitzroy on centre wing, and eventually it bounces off the chest of line over the line.
In games such as this, Peter, like you saw Baldwin just turn around and put it down the ground hoping, you've got to play on a man and play between your man and the ball, and that is shoulder to shoulder.
Gee, goals have become a little harder to get, haven't they? 9 in the first quarter, just 2 so far in this term. Baldwin's handball, not completely accurate. Wonderful play by Lambert. Inspirational footy, needed a bit of luck. Maxfield over the top neck and the Tigers goal. Bremen's a long kick, gives it across to Turner, deep in the pocket, looks for an option, doesn't go very far. Jackson, left foot for goal, in the goal square. Fitzroy with numbers and a free kick going to Richmond Knights.
Everything happening here. Ross Lyons come off the ground for Fitzroy. Maybe for that piece of play in that forward pocket where he just missed the goal completely, and Fleming's come on.
What about Lambert? Don ripping it off Wind at half-back. Now, Knights, who was outnumbered 2-1, will kick from the goal square to put the Tigers in front, and he gets it. Well, it's a great game, isn't it, at the moment, this one?
Matthew Knight's his first goal. They really worked hard to get it down there. A lot of indecision here. Look at this. There's the indecision. Where does Jackson go? All he does is put on his boot hoping. I wonder what the free kick was for when you look at it.
Well, I point the margin 6-4 to 6-3. A little doubtful free kick, Bruce. What do you think?
I was going to ask Don.
Well, I'd say doubtful too. But then again, we've got the privilege of having the replay, and we can sit down and watch it in slow motion. But the umpire's got to make that decision, and obviously from where he was standing, it was in Knight's favour.
Well, Schaefer versus Matthews coming through with Broderick. Oh, how did he get through that pack then? He's got backup support from Gale. Well, the Richmond players charge in after it. It's Lambert. Certainly lifted his work rate. Craig Lambert gives it to Nace, and away they go again, the Tigers. The long kick right down there, looking for Hogg. Hogg at the back, he's got 3 to beat. And a free kick again. Jeff Hogg has got this free kick 40 metres from goal. He's kicked 4, and I maintain, I don't want to say it too often, but I get lynched down there quick smart. Now let's have a look at it in replay. Holding his jumper, Caven. So the umpire did a good job to see that. Jeff Hogg going for goal number 5, and he is a beautiful kick, as we have said during the night. Jeff Hogg, picture of concentration, but oh, a shocker this time. He's hooked it and out in the full. So even the good kicks are capable of a shocker now and again. Ashley Matthews to bring it back into play. In short, finds Brad Boyd, former Collingwood under-19s player and reserves player. Boyd to the half-back line. Oh, it should be against Herneman there. He went for the fly and put the hands in the back, and it is a kick going to Paul Roos. No, it's not. It's going to Gale.
Gives it back to Roos, to Gale. To centre wing. Free. Wind Lambert. Lambert the big winner in this quarter. Wind with 6 and 2, Lambert 6 and 10, 16 touches. 4 minutes to half time. Richmond a point in front. Stevens with some strength. Schaefer holds him up. Free kick against Stevens for throwing.
I thought it could have been a bit high on Stevens too.
Schaefer's been all right, hasn't he? Remember that Essler and O'Dwyer both injured. Schaefer's kick, he didn't time that one. Jackson from the side. Turner was at the back. Matthews goes for the boundary, finds it.
Good effort by Matthews. He really had to go then because he was outnumbered.
Playing a sweeping roll back there, Matthews. And Fitzroy now cannot afford Richmond to get another one. Turner scoops it out to the boundary line, was looking for a running player. And again a throw in, so they'll do battle at the 50-metre line. Been all Richmond this quarter. They've kicked the 3 goals in this term. Fitzroy without a goal. Remember, they kicked 6 in a hurry in the first quarter. Lambert, she's been on the bottom of so many packs in this term.
Good little player, isn't he?
Herman letting Wine know that he's also about. As Lambert and Wine touch each other off the ball. Jackson, Lambert, well, missed that time. Maxfield, and again a throw-in.
I was just watching Lambert then deliberately, and he's just got natural talent to get where the ball is.
Well, he knows where the ball's going, and
Exactly.
the other thing is too, he's interested in the ball.
Yes, good point, Don. Now, here's Armstrong to Gale. Now, kick it. Now, he wants to handball to a man who was covered again. Why he wouldn't kick that ball at half-back's got me beaten as it comes back there to Dundas. Now, Brad Boyd. A kick right down towards half-forward as they race out of this. 2 Richmond players, so they should end up with this. Schaefer caught, gets in a hand pass. Howard breaks the tackle, John Howard, and brings it round to centre wing. Jim Wine. No, it's not. It is Jason Baldwin taking the mark on centre wing. And a 50-metre penalty again against the Tigers.
It's got to be the 4th one.
4th.
Pretty hot, that one on Nash to Baldwin, and Hayden Kennedy letting him know Nash not happy. And Baldwin is going to kick from the 50-metre line. And drop punt. Kicked it very well right there to the goal. Schaefer got back, free, forces it through and scores a level at Waverley Park in this first semi-final. All tied up as a little Tiger watches from the sidelines.
Has Alistair Lynch gone down?
Well, I'm just looking at that's Caven down in the forward pocket.
They moved Lynch to full back, have they?
I heard you, Peter. Well, I guess if a broken record plays that long, Macca, they've got to pick it up eventually.
I must have heard it.
It was a top 40 hit for 6 months.
Oh.
Here's Campbell from centre half back. Knights in the front spot. Couldn't take it. It was tremendous pressure from Morris.
Why do they handball to 10 yards in front?
Armstrong's kick free, cut it off well. Then went defensively. Dundas. Twist turns. A tackle on him was good by Barry Young. Baldwin's quick kick. Maxfield let him know he was there. Big fly and not taken though by Elliott. The handball by Sartori. Elliott after it. Still Elliott. Still Elliott. Well done. Sartori over the top. Here's a goal. Dundas to kick it. And the Lions hit back and go to the front again. You know, thrilling first half of football.
Well, great composure by Sartori because he was trying to make up his mind. Will I kick it? What will I do with it? Then spotted Dundas. Also a good handball to get it out of this pack. There's Sartori. Fleming trapping it. Elliott trapping it. He got it out.
Matthew Dundas has kicked the goal, comes off the ground, and Jeremy Gard on. But what a terrific game of football. Fitzroy by 6 points. Full marks to both sides. They're ripping in.
Looks very tired too, Peter Dundas, as he walks back to the box.
Well, that was Matty Armstrong getting it down towards the half-forward line. Desperation shown by every player out in that ground. There's Herman racing after it. Back-up support from Campbell. Campbell races to centre wing and brings it in towards half-forward. 1 Richmond against 3 Fitzroy. Free kick. Holding the man. I think it's Wine. And I don't think you can argue with that, Stephen Jackson. There's no doubt about it. Across to Gale. Now let's hope he kicks it this time. That's better play. In towards half forward where the mark dropped by Gard. Taken away by Campbell. This is Bullis. Bullis had hurry kick to the half forward line. Roos sets himself from the side. Knocked down by Matthews. Centre of the ground. Here's Herneman. Oh, cleverly tapped on by Herneman. More pressure by Fitzroy though is coming away with it is Elliott. Elliott in towards half forward. Waiting over the back of Sartori, a chance now for fire. Great tackle on Fleming by Ventura. Great effort by the youngster. That was Howard. Finds Maxfield. I thought it was a certain goal coming up to Fitzroy with the mark now taken by Paul Morris.
Well, Ventura's tackle was outstanding. 20 seconds remaining. Knights doesn't look fully fit, does he? At half forward at the moment. He just looks out of it. The kick by Dunstan. Sartori setting himself. Howard from the side. Handball by Caven. Armstrong to kick the goal. Left foot straightens up. Goes bang. A beauty. What exquisite timing. Marvellous finish for Fitzroy. Richmond had ripped the ascendancy away from them in that quarter, and that's really burying it, isn't it? How hard the Tigers work, and the Lions were able to take it away from them and go in at half-time by 2 goals. It's been a terrific first half. It's 8 goals to 6 in the semi-final. Fitzroy with 2 goals in the last 3 minutes, a goal on the siren lead by 2 goals at half-time. It's 8-4-52 to Richmond 6-4. Now the winner of tonight's match gets at least $74,000, $25,000 for making it through to the grand final. So we're looking at big money, $22,000 for tonight's winner, take them to 49. The betting, West Coast evens, I believe they've been heavily backed today. Richmond 3s, Essendon and Fitzroy both at 7-2, and I guess that Fitzroy might be a little shorter at the moment than Richmond. That's from the sportsbook in Melbourne. Ian Robertson is down in the Richmond rooms, and Robbo, they worked very hard for a long time in that quarter with not much to pay for it at half-time.
Terrific atmosphere though, Bruce, and John Northey at the moment just having a real good chat to the players. He spoke about not enough talk, being a little bit undisciplined. I think you can probably be a little bit critical of Richmond, but they've done a fantastic job so far. And I think the game's still in the balance. I mean, a couple of lucky breaks, when you say undisciplined, I think the 50-metre advantages that they've given away have been a bit of a problem, and that will be a concern for him. I guess he'll take the players in behind closed doors shortly and have another chat to them, but the atmosphere is still pretty good down here.
Hi, I'm Jim Wine from the Fitzroy Football Club. Keep watching Channel 7 for the great football action.
Highly entertaining match at half-time here. Fitzroy by 2 goals. Let's go to the Sports World offices. The Sun, Herald Sun, top reporter, Scotty Palmer. How are you tonight, Scotty?
Terrific, Bruce. Great match.
It is a great match. So what about the salary cap? You're pretty excited. This might be a big story. What's happening there?
I think it's about the break, Bruce, that all clubs were supposed to last Friday get their estimates in, their budget estimates for the salary cap. And I believe that only 10 clubs have done so, suggesting that they're having a little bit of problem, that other 5, about fitting all their players into the salary cap. And I'd like to know where a couple of league officials were today, because they've been out of contact. I'm just wondering whether they've been out trying to solve a few salary cap problems.
We'll keep our eye and ear to the ground on that one. Now, what's the situation with Richard Osborne? We talk about salary caps. Will he be a Swan or a Bear?
Well, it doesn't look like the Swans are having any problem, because they've put him at the top of their shopping list. They said that today that they want Richard Osborne. It's going to disappoint the Bears, but they're also after Brendan McCormick, the Swans. So obviously they've got a little bit of leeway in their cap.
Who will fit Barry Mitchell into their team?
Yes, well, St Kilda said today they were rumoured to be interested, but they said we're topped up. Essendon said we don't pay that sort of money. Carlton said we're squeezy at the top too. But one club that leaves Collingwood said it'd be a surprise if we did it, but a surprise, not quite a shock.
A big different semantics there. Now tell us about Kelly and Francis for Collingwood.
Yes, well, they make their comeback in the bush for Collingwood on Sunday I mean. Kelly's been out all year with a broken leg. Francis has had a trouble too, but they're back in action on Sunday, so that's good news for the Collingwood team. Ronnie McKeon, though, has got medial problem. He'll miss out.
Dermot Brereton?
He didn't go to hospital for that hip operation. Hawthorn suggests that this could be the meaning that he'll be out for 1993 completely, so that's bad news for the Hawks.
Fremantle in 94?
They're murmuring. The Nullarbor Plains, the winds are drifting across. A team in 1994. The league say they haven't discussed it since last year, but you know, Bruce, the natives are restless in Perth.
Oh, Scotty, keep punching.
Keep punching, Bruce.
You've told us plenty tonight. Gee, Bernie Quinlan's on the boundary. I think he's been turfed out of the Fitzroy rooms. Are the winds down there, Bernie? Are the natives restless?
Well, Bruce, I've been in the Fitzroy rooms, and they're all pretty happy with the way they went in that first half. As Robert Shaw said, we're 2 goals up and going half rat power. I suppose he means that they haven't really put in the full 100% at this stage of the game. But he's very worried about the turnovers going Richmond's way. Richmond are rebounding well with silly play from Fitzroy when they do get the ball in good position and then give it away. He says we don't practice that fancy stuff at training, but why are we doing it when we're 1 week away from playing in a grand final? So Fitzroy, I think we'll see them come out really fired up in the second half.
Well, this semi-final's up for grabs, isn't it? We take a break, back with the second half after this. Davis Cup, first round, Australia-United States, traditional rivals, Kooyong, March 26. Just check your local guides for details of that telecast. Fitzroy to come out. We're told that Wayne Herneman's had a neck injury that was worked on at half-time from Ian Robertson as Don Scott and Peter McKenna look at the first half.
Well, it was just a game of real pressure. Which side's going to adapt, Peter, to the pressure? It was started by Richmond when the ball was bounced to start the game, and Fitzroy really didn't respond to them out around midfield. Then they started to get their act together. They went away, but Richmond really have come back hard. And really in a game like this where there's real pressure, you've just got to be in front of the man, because the ball's going to drop. The ball won't be delivered in the way that you normally are accustomed to at training or normal AFL game, because the pressure's just not there.
You're looking at the match stats and look at the handballs. Fitzroy, we thought they were overdoing the handballs, 76 to 37. Now Richmond are trying to get into their game, Don. The one handball and the long kick.
Well, this is synonymous with Melbourne, a couple of years ago when John Northey took over, but they had the same thing.
Well, Jimmy Wine started off in a blaze of glory, 6 kicks in the first term, and I thought Craig Lambert got well on top in the second term, but he's a goer, Jimmy Wine.
Well, you can see there Lambert coming back, the 16-odd possessions, those handballs, he does get in and set it up.
Second half, Dennis Rich holds the footy aloft. 2-goal margin, Fitzroy in front. They're playing for high stakes, a lot of money, and more importantly, a place in the grand final of the Foster's Cup. Off the ground, Gale had a mishap there, couldn't quite get his foot out of the turf, and it'll be a ball up again.
Herman's got the job back on Armstrong too.
Went for Broderick for a little while, didn't he, in the second quarter. Start important here. Richmond to put pressure on, or Fitzroy to draw away. Matthews won the tap against Turner. Maxfield's kick was smothered by Wine. Take by Bauer, who's come on, so Richmond has made a move. Bauer took some time, came on late against Hawthorn. He's kicking to the centre. Knights had 3 opponents against him. Elliott, who did some good things in the first half. Turner's little kick didn't go far. Wine round his body with the left footer, and Fitzroy have got some space. Seacamp running onto it, got a good bounce, played every match last year, swings the handball over wide. Here's Dunstan with a touch of class, left foot. Fleming caught underneath it, and Patura, who's a very promising colt, goes wide and kicks it to Bauer. It was a very good kick, but who's got Bauer got to give it to? Not much. He's got to try and take Roos on and run away from him, and he stretches the captain, not tonight the captain, but the captain for the season out.
Yes, that was Nathan Bauer. There's Brian Lees. Was he legged? The umpire said no. Play on is the call. That was Morris trying to crash his way through the pack. Now there was a player legged, and it's Bradley Boyd.
Stevens got the job on Jackson too, Peter. Stevens started on the forward line for Fitzroy.
Boyd has gone short, and he has found Seacamp. Oh, that'll be play-on decision.
Gee, they're still doing a stupid hand pass.
Gee, that's not good play. Wayne Campbell, this might cost them a goal. There's the kick. Down towards Naish. And Chris Naish races back and takes the mark, all because of a stupid handball again. And a 50-metre penalty. So
I cannot see the value of handballing to a fellow that's 10 yards in front. In a game such as this, it really does bring you undone.
Well, we saw the number of handballs they'd had up to half-time. Now, Morris can't understand it. I couldn't see 50 metres in that either. I agree with Morris. But still, Dennis Rich saw something. Morris still arguing. But nevertheless, there'll be a goal to Nash coming up here, and it is. So Chris Nash kicks his first, a handy one to the Tigers to start the third term, and the scoreboard shows a goal margin in favour of the Roys.
And actually the runner, the Fitzroy runner, has gone out to Marcus Seacamp because he initiated that play, and here it is here. Oh, unbelievable.
Goal the difference. Bad mistake. Seacamp to Stevens. Campbell snared it, kicked it to Naish, and Richmond within a goal. Schaefer tried to turn it back to Maxfield. Got hold of guard, and a free kick.
Bit soft, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bit ticky touchwood, as you'd say in the old days, Don. And running across the mark, the Richmond player. He's lucky he didn't get 50 there, Herman. Armstrong drew him across. One hand by Barry Young against the tide. Handball to Lees. Quick left foot kick. Bauer runs onto it, all well played by Wine. That time Bremen high tackle, must get a free kick against Lynch. Goes wide. Well, that was pinpoint accuracy. It had to be. Free runs off his man. Drop punt to half forward. Gale at the back, Knights at the front. Still Knights. All handball was poor. Set Campbell up. Gale crashes through. A lovely kick out wide. Guard can attack from centre wing and go bang to the goal square. Fleming was there. Patura off the ground by Lyon. Lees concedes a behind.
So now it's better play. Get it into the forward line quickly. Lyon just couldn't quite get there. He got it out, but it just didn't come his way. Better type of play instead of putting it 10 yards forward with a handball.
Gee, Herneman didn't look too good either there on the bench. Robbo telling us about a neck injury at half-time. He was the closest to the camera. Here's Patura to kick it out.
Yes, Mark Patura.
It's better kick.
Lovely kick to the half-back line. Well-directed kick and finds Schaefer. Two of the young recruits combining there, Schaefer and Patura. Richmond doing the right thing, going for youth. Centre wing. A loose ball. It's with Maxfield. Now Todd Bremen. He is a magnificent kick. Hogg is one out with Lynch. Hogg doubles back. Good mark.
Wasn't that a good kick?
Quick kick to your full forward. He's one out and makes all the difference, Don.
He is a magnificent kick of the football, Bremen. And Lynch in the right position, just getting caught underneath.
So Jeff Hogg has kicked 4.
It's well within kicking distance too, Peter.
Concentration, there's no doubt about the distance, just a matter of accuracy here from the captain of tonight. It drifts and he has missed. So a bad miss, he won't be happy with that. He would pride himself on kicking those from that distance on a 45-degree angle, Bruce.
He's missed his last 2, one out of bounds on the full and a behind. Knights in the front spot. Morris took it off him, but Knights gets back to it. Morris, they run it out. Just a goal the difference. As the Fitzroy bench looks on. Grand finalists last year against Hawthorn. They're going for another one here. Gale to Wine. Wine kicks with some strength. Bullis overruns it. Roos gets back, taps it forward. Well played though by Howard. Broke a tackle, held it up. Is the champion, 4 times the club champion, Roos, captain of Victoria. And after one disappointing season, he's bounced back in the last 2. 1990, not his best, but he's been brilliant. Free kick going to guard.
Good umpiring then.
Just a hand on him, wasn't it? So he gets his second free kick for the quarter and kicks to half forward to Lyon, who's had a quiet one. Young forces it out.
Well, it's at half forward for Fitzroy. Barry Young on screen. Oh, there's a couple of fiery customers playing on each other, Lyon and Barry Young. Satori has given away a couple of good handballs tonight. Howard kicks wide. The race is on. This is Bauer, who we saw display a lot of pace earlier. Racing after him is Jason Baldwin. Socket off the ground. Baldwin versus Bauer. Baldwin will get there first. Now Bauer. And it's locked in. And what's happening? A free kick, is it?
No, I think it's to Bauer. It's to Bauer, I think.
Patura in the back.
Patura, in fact, to take it way out on centre wing. Mark Patura. Left foot kick down towards half forward. Stevens. Dunstan waited for that. And eventually the ball did roll over the line. Chris Nace, he looks like he's done a few weights over the summer. Very big in the upper body.
Francis with a hip injury, hasn't been on since quarter time, so Richmond basically down to 20 men. Broderick Campbell didn't go far, but then put a tackle on. It's been quiet since a spectacular opening, Broderick. Jackson, not his best night. 7 goals and 4 in the first 2 matches against Sydney and Hawthorn respectively. I'd love to squeeze a couple of goals out of him in the second half. Herman, well done. Knights to go for goal with a left foot and miss. 5-point margin. Knights has 4 and 4 only tonight. He must have had 25 touches last week. Just had the feeling he's off colour. They're playing him on a flank and not in the crush, where it counts most, as Lynch to kick it back in.
Interesting to see the defensive formations when the fullback brings it in. They have all areas covered. Oh, that was Stevens getting it down well. Now, this is Jamie Elliott. Tapping it on, waiting for the correct bounce. Now he's got a man inside. That is a good handball because it's creative to Baldwin. Kicks it up in front, thumped the ground. Lees, was he held by Fleming? He was, the umpire said.
He's doing well tonight, Lees.
Might be a good time to move. I don't like to try and coach, but it'd be a good time to have Ruse up around the goal square, I would think. Bauer. Centre wing. Todd Bremen. Inside the Maxfield, the long kick. Here's a good battle. Hogg versus Lynch. Lynch in front, well played. As players race at the ball and tap it through for a behind to Richmond. That was a great one-on-one contest then from two really good footballers.
The two captains for the night. Lynch acting, Hogg the captain of Richmond for the season.
Caven coming on for Fitzroy too. I think Ross Lyon will be going. Yes, he is going off Ross Lyon.
Lynch finds Seacamp at half-back, who goes to the centre wing with a great kick to Armstrong. So two effective kicks by Fitzroy. Bring it right up to the centre square. Ruse, a nice stretch in the centre. Remember, he's had a broken finger. He's had a pin inserted. He goes wide to Guard, and Guard chips it. Gee, Fitzroy playing precision football until they got it to the pocket. Howard with him, Dunstan.
Notice Stevens down there too, Bruce. Now he's playing, or was playing, half-back, whether he's gone down on the forward line. No, Caven's gone to the forward line, so that's good running by Stevens.
They cover that much territory, you don't know these days, Don.
Just a drop of rain we can see from here. Nothing heavy at this stage. Humidity pretty high before the start. Well played, Satori to Wine. Goes for goal, misses a behind. So Wine, who got one off Lynch earlier on, and it's 8-6-7-7. Remembering that there were 9 goals in the first quarter kick, so goals have been a lot harder to get since then.
The crowd's starting to head back to the undercover position, so there must be a drop of rain coming.
Maybe another change too, Peter. Stevens is picking up Turner and Seacamp now on Jackson.
Well, there's Todd Bremen. Now Stevens. Tapped out of his hands and over the line. Brett Stevens been a terrific battler for Fitzroy. I think he started his career at Essendon.
He's been everywhere. Western Australia, Hobart, Sydney.
Well, that was Broderick getting it wide. This is Dunstan, who shows a lot of skill, and he goes for the booming drop punt right down towards the pocket. Howard back with the flight, and eventually it rolls over the line, courtesy of Brian Lees. So it's in the forward pocket area. Anyone's game. Two very evenly matched sides, and it's great to see, well, two new sides doing battle in the finals of the Foster's Cup. It's a free kick for a push out. It will go to Schaefer in that back pocket.
What do you think of him, Don? Young guy from
very athletic, but really he had it served up to him by Deere last time, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes against the more experienced players. At the moment, all they've got's Matthews, and he's just out jumping Matthews, and Matthews really doesn't know much about the game in the ruck.
Matthews got that one to Broderick, to Guard, who's had a lot of touches in this quarter, goes to the pocket with a good kick, and Fleming takes it. Forced to go wide a couple of times in this quarter, Fitzroy, when they've attacked. Fleming tucked away, and he's going to square it up to Armstrong, but he's got to bring it back.
He's coming off. Herman's coming off. Bannock on for Richmond, and Dundas about to come on. He looked tired when he went off, Dundas.
Well, he's had half time to recover, Don. There was a pass to Fleming. Now Fleming's kick across the face of behind. 8-7 to 7-7, a goal the difference.
Yeah, Dale Fleming, recruited from Hawthorn. There's Ian Herman. Dale Fleming, former Marsland College schoolboy, a very good schoolboy footballer he was at that school too. Now at half back is Wayne Campbell. Oh, he almost lost it, but he's at centre wing now. Beautiful kick by Campbell. He finds Jackson. Danger here for Fitzroy. Back it came to Campbell. A clever hand pass in front of him. So I went for the little chip pass to Hogg. Still in that half forward area. Oh, it's gone straight to the line. Is that deliberate?
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
Would have been pretty harsh. Well, I think the intention
was what he executed exactly what he wanted to do, put the ball over the line, but gee, a bit hard in that situation.
Bradley Boyd it was. Now, there was Gale appealing for a free kick. Morris heads back towards the line. Good defensive thinking though, and Jimmy Wine makes sure it rolls over the line. And we know what his intention was also.
5 points, a goal the difference here. Matthews and Jackson. Ball just a bit slippery with that light sprinkle of rain we had. And it's going to be hard work. Tigers with enormous support here. So have the Lions, but maybe the numbers with Richmond, with that huge base they've got when they start winning matches. Jackson, the stretch from Matthews, Campbell. He was just trying to be a bit too fancy a moment ago. Nash threw it out. Bremen got a quick kick away. Here's a chance. Jackson steadies, goes for goal and kicks it poorly. He's been a disappointment tonight,
hasn't he?
He's one of those players, unfortunately for him, he's very good, and when he's bad, he's very bad.
Little girl.
Who said that? Oh, that's right, Mae West. But we won't mention her. Oh, a long time ago, Don, before you were born. Was it before the Reserves Cup?
She certainly wouldn't have said, come up and see me sometime. She met Don, I wouldn't think.
Well, you never know. Here's Brett.
Well, as we see, Brett Stevens, now he's got a kick over the mark. Deep in the back pocket. Stevens, a very fit player. He's only had 4 kicks and 6 handballs, but he sticks very, very close to his man. Ashley Matthews in front of the pack. Over the back is Knights. Oh, he drops it. Campbell in towards half forward, thump down. This will go over the line, I would think. Yes, it is. So it'll be another throw in. Just that, and that is Armstrong, I think, down. Let's hope that is not a serious injury. I think they should stop the play here. The umpire's called play on. Here's Knights. Oh, great hand pass to Todd Bremen on the left foot. Oh, goal, top goal. Oh,
No, there's a free kick.
No, goal. So, scores are dead set level, 8-7 apiece.
Well, I was interested in what was happening behind play because Armstrong was down, and I thought for a moment maybe he's done his knee again, which would be wretched luck for the fellow because he has played well in this pre-season comp.
Seacamp and Jackson were at it a moment ago, and aren't Richmond and Fitzroy at it? 55 apiece. Schaefer and Matthews. Maxfield off the ground. Footy's going to be hard to get in the centre here. Elliott gets it and goes, bang. Fleming with a ride. At the back, Pachura punched it away. Lees takes the chance.
Well done,
Lees
Fleming.
his man. In very hard was Guard, but over the top of Howard. Free kick Richmond. Howard, drop punt, Schaefer on his own at centre half back. Oh, shocking handball. Lees straight into Armstrong. Schaefer gets it back. Bit lucky. Free, had he been able to let it go, would have gone on for Richmond. Here's a chance. Wonderful hip and shoulder. Nash goes bang to hog. Bouncing, still bouncing. Turner off the ground, and he kicks a goal. And listen to that Tiger roar. We haven't heard that for a few years.
Well, his second goal, but what about the fellow that set it up? No one's gone across from Richmond. Here he is, look. There was a man who did it, and not one Richmond player has gone across to Maxfield and said, well done, because he was the initiator. Bit of luck there. You might have been watching a Youth Soccer Cup, Scott Turner, but that's his second. Now watch this. This is the collision.
Ooh.
Armstrong.
Clash of heads.
Yeah, clash of heads. It wasn't the knee.
So back to the centre, the Tigers starting to look very, very good. Young Schaefer.
And Johnson on too, Peter, for Fitzroy, and Elliott's gone off.
Well, we know that Fitzroy did stop in the last quarter against Footscray down at Cardinia Park, and Footscray almost caught them. But there's Francis Burke and John Northey looking very agitated as their side mounts a big challenge here. They lead by a goal. Here's Campbell, who's starting to pick up kicks. In towards the bucket, Matthew Knights back with the flight, an excellent mark. He swings onto the left foot. That's good play by Knights. 1-on-1, Hoggett Lynch, and this could be a goal. Oh, bad bounce, bad luck to Knights as it rolls over the line. Broderick and Lynch coming in to remonstrate with Turner. It's a good game of football, this. top game of football, where it really is a final, as we see. Jackson, a push out. Free kick to Fitzroy, I would feel, for a push out on Stephen Jackson.
Campbell 14 and 4, Peter. He has been a major reason that Richmond have got on top.
He's had a great term.
Probably got 6 or 7 of those touches in this term. Here's Matthews.
Johnson's got the job on him now too, Bruce.
Little give to Broderick. Centre half, more danger, but coming in Maxwell 50 metres against Dundas. It's the 5th time Richmond's had a 50 metre. And it's on behind play at centre half back. Lynch involved. Here's Dundas.
A lot of feeling out there, isn't there?
Well, the stakes are high. I know it's only March and it's Foster's Cup, but it means a lot to both these clubs. That's what made this match so exciting. Caven quickly on. Johnson sat and waited, obviously not used to the tempo coming off the interchange.
It was a bad kick by Caven then.
Robert Shaw, who's seen a 3-goal lead at quarter time, evaporate.
Who'd want to be a coach, honestly, as we see Stevens in front and shepherding in the ruck. I think that umpire paid there again to Schaefer. Now, Robert Schaefer to centre wing. Morris is the flyer. Good nod. No,
why wouldn't he punch from behind?
Well, I think he really felt he could mark that one, but it's his Knights over the top looking for Young. A bad bounce. That was Johnston. Goes and gets it again. David Johnston on the left foot. Brings it in towards the pocket. 2 on 1. 3 on 1 in fact. 3 Richmond, 1 Fitzroy. Well done, Dale Fleming. And eventually Patura picks up. Hooks it around. It's straight up in the air. It's all Fitzroy, and the mark taken by Dundas.
65 metres out. Centering kick. Fitzroy to full forward. Fleming. Satori. Stevens look for a free kick. Campbell was on him. Free kick going to Fitzroy now.
There's a free kick.
Now it's going to Stevens. It wasn't the original one though, was it?
Surely it wasn't, because he was very late with the call.
7-second delay. Doesn't happen with umpires. So Stevens, oldest player out there at 32, but fit. Really looks after himself, Brett. Fitness fanatic, and he's made the most of his career at Fitzroy. Late starter there, drop punt goals. And all square again. Goal for goal.
Well, that was well done by Stevens, because you see there he worked very hard. He was very tired when he took the kick. It takes a lot of concentration to do what he did there. You see there, head over the ball. Now, whether that's a free kick, I don't know, but the umpire was very late with the whistle. Maybe that was the free, I don't know.
Well, we're back in the centre. What a game. Scores are level, 9-7 apiece. Just over 6 minutes left in the third term as the ball kicked off the ground by Maxfield. Nearly hit the umpire. This is Morris. Great pickup. Ducked the head and paid the free kick. Richmond crowd not happy about that. The little chip pass into the centre of the ground. That's Brad Boyd onto Matthews. Matthews, a hurry kick, but it comes off. Armstrong should kick it quickly. Brings it in towards half forward. Racing back is Seacamp to mark. 25 to 30 metres from goal.
That was good play. He's playing on the back line, but Wilkinson's come on and Fleming's gone off for Fitzroy. They're prepared to run down. We saw Stevens earlier run down off the back line, and Seacamp did it on that occasion. It really does keep your forwards honest if you're prepared to run. And when you do run and get rewarded with a mark like that, you'll continue to do it.
Wonder if he'll kick like a backman. Marcus Seacamp. Kicks beautifully. Goal. So he will be talking about that one all night. A backman going down to kick a goal, and Fitzroy lead by 6 points.
Now, will he say anything to Stephen Jackson when he goes back? This is Matthews. This is a good kick. This is Armstrong going to give it. Roos looks like he's now got the job on Jackson. Seacamp had it earlier.
Very good crowd here. 18,683 officially. 10-7, 9-7. Fitzroy has bounced back. It's been goal for goal here with Richmond taking it off them.
Bruce, the official attendance, 18,500, and that's not bad, is it?
It's excellent, with gate receipts over 92,000.
Stevens now at centre-half forward. Roos is playing at centre-half back for Fitzroy.
Schaefer, Knights getting some touches, quickly blazed away. Gale made a mistake. Naish, good pressure by Roos, just whips Naish away. Seacamp's handball was good to Johnston. Centering kick, Fitzroy have had numbers in the centre square. Wine's handball was very poor to Broderick. Strong attack by Young, turnover. Knights can go for it. Hogg, lovely kick to Bremen, to Bauer I should say. Bauer to kick the goal and scores a level. Scores a level, and Jimmy Wine made a very bad mistake in the centre square when Fitzroy had the numbers.
You can't believe this, can you? How many times have they turned it over in midfield?
And cost them goals too.
Gee, when are they going to learn?
Scores are level, 10 goals, 7 apiece after another poor handball error resulted in a goal to Nathan Bauer. So Robert Shaw would be tearing his hair out at the moment by some of the errors that are costing them goals. But it's a Fitzroy free kick here. What's happening? It's going to be brought back.
Well, Bernie said, Peter, at half-time that he was chastising the players for that type of play. Either the players are not listening or they train this way because they're continuing to they are continuing to do it.
Well, that's Brett Stevens to the half-forward line. Dundas tries to crash his way through the pack. The ball goes to ground. There's Jeremy Gard, a holding decision to Richmond, though. In the meantime, Barry Young to take it.
Menengola's come on too, Peter, and Turner's gone off for Richmond.
Now, Maxfield's on his own, right out at half-back. The ball sits for him. Stuart Maxfield, the long kick down towards the half-forward line. The Fitzroy players thump it away from the pack and over the line. Don Scott loves to see those backmen touch from behind.
Well, you don't try and mark from behind, do you? You do if you're undisciplined.
67 apiece. Turner, the player, going off for Menegola. Knights, and over the top was Dundas. Got the footy to Roos. Went through his legs. Campbell got a push from Johnson. Gets a free kick. Centre wing. Can one of these teams break away in the last 3 minutes of this third quarter and establish a little break at three-quarter time? The kick to Menegola. Good stretch. Held it up. Lambert's been quiet in this quarter.
Seacamp's hurt himself too.
Jackson. Hogs in the box seat. To ground. Naish. Ridden into the ground. Free kick. Against Baldwin. Naish squares it to Menegola. Takes the mark. Big play this by Richmond.
You can see there that he's holding his right shoulder, Seacamp.
Hogg also limping.
Might be his back again because he went off last game.
Menegola just on about a minute ago for Turner. Had a touch and now to go for it with a drop punt. And he's put it through. Menegola kicks a goal and Richmond take the lead back. And 11-7 to 10-7.
Well, there's the free kick. Free kick. Also bad marking by Fitzroy. It's good play by Naish to open up the goal face, but look how far Seacamp's behind Menegola. You've just got to stick with them all the time.
Well, a seesawing game, this one. 6 points the margin favour now of the Tigers. A vital couple of minutes coming up to three-quarter time. Fitzroy certainly wouldn't want Richmond to get the next goal because there'd be a psychological boost to go in at three-quarter time leading by a couple. At the moment it's 6 points. Schaefer gets it to ground. Fitzroy players try and crash their way through. And how the umpire will see that. He's only one man going the ball. You heard the call against Stephen Jackson to Broderick. On to Roos. They need a goal. He's off inside with another hand pass. Puts Baldwin under pressure. High floating kick to the half-forward line. It's thumped clear. Now who'll get there first? It's Young and Roos, taken by Barry Young. He's handballs cleverly to Knights. Knights gives it back to Young. The Tigers off and running towards the half-forward line. The race is on. Menegola versus Seacamp. Seacamp very strong.
Very lucky too on that occasion. Peter is behind.
Forces the ball over the line. Well, he's got to get behind. The backman gets...
Well, he's a bit slow. He's got to start in front of his man.
Forward's got the advantage of leading for the ball.
Lambert's handball to nobody in particular. Morris was able to get in, break a tackle off Menegola and bang it up to centre wing. Fly by Cavan Howard, who's done that well tonight. Punched away. Hope that he can make a go of it at Richmond. Was in and out at Melbourne, had some matches there where he looked very promising. Goal the difference, Richmond. They trailed by 3 at quarter time. They trailed by 2 at half time. They're a goal in front. Young took it out of the air. Eventually got a handball away. Boyd against him, Brimman. Well played, Boyd, to Wine. Wine chips away to half forward. Satori got rid of Lees. Runs back onto it. Lees with him. Satori, Pachura. Johnston with him. Pachura off the ground. Nothing fancy here. No free kick. Good umpiring. Oh, well played, Wine. Handball okay. Johnston. Little kick wide. A good one to Wilkinson. That one coming from Matthews. Wilkinson in the pocket.
Not too many options. He's got to go long.
Didn't play a game last year. First game in 91. He's only played the one senior AFL game. Drop punch. Here's a good kick. It's right there. Hit the post.
Oh, that was a magnificent kick.
Deserved a goal, that kick.
Thumping kick, wasn't it, from the 23-year-old. 5-point game. It's been a thriller. 10-8 to 11-7.
Well, when the kick in comes in, it'll still be in Fitzroy's forward zone, and the goal be handy before three-quarter time.
Remember, they got one on the siren at half-time.
Yep. Mark Pachura will kick it over the 50-metre line. Players set themselves. Matthews punches it. Oh, Dundas, well done. Bullis runs into trouble, loses the ball. Armstrong caught with it and drops it because he made no attempt to get rid of it. Good umpiring as Young goes wide to Lambert.
In the last 10 seconds, so it should be Richmond by 5 points at three-quarter time. His kick, Ruse goes, and there's the siren. And a great third quarter for Richmond. They've hit the front at three-quarter time. It's 11-7 to 10-8. 5 goals to 2 in the third quarter for Richmond over Fitzroy. They lead by just 5 points at three-quarter time, 11-7, 10-8. Foster's Cup semi-final, the second one on Saturday night, West Coast against Essendon, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Just check your local guides there. And the grand final, March 20, not far away now, at Waverley Park, again 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Check your local guides. A reminder about the football panel returning to Sports World on March 21, Sunday, the day after the Foster's Cup final. Bernie Quinlan and Ian Robertson, what a great game it's been to date.
Yeah, it's a great contest, Bruce, isn't it? Two sides having a real go here tonight. Robert Shaw, he said, we just have to keep grinding away. We're only 5 points down. We've made plenty of mistakes. We need a big lift from the running players, especially across the centre line and the wingers. Brett Stevens will be playing at centre half back, and Peter Caven is going to play at centre half forward. So I think we can expect a tip-top quarter in this last 30 minutes. Robbo?
I think there's no doubt about that, Bernie, and that's exactly what John Northey said to his players. Play tight, make sure the defence don't leave them with any space whatsoever, and particularly around the centre of the ground, don't let them get away from the centre without any opposition.
Robbo and Bernie on the boundary line. What a big quarter for the two teams. Celebrations tonight for one of them. Into the grand final of the Foster's Cup. $74,000 plus the glory of playing there. Wine gets it from Matthews. Patura, it went through him. Ruse playing in a key position up forward. Bullis's handball to Patura was a beauty. And Patura, awkward, rough, ready, goes for the boundary line and finds it.
Now listen, you were singing out, Peter, about Lynch going down to full back. I would have him up on the forward line. Now, at least he's creating down there. So Tory's not quick enough, and Ruse is definitely not quick enough down there.
Well, they had to do something about Hogg. That was the whole point. Hogg was going to win it on his own.
Lambert's handball, Young stretched for it and did it well. And kicks to centre half forward. Morrish after it. Naish coming across was Wilkinson. Oh, the tackle by Hogg was excellent. Naish, free kick against Morrish. Big play this. Naish used his body well, didn't he? He held Morrish out to create a path for another player, and Morrish had to grab hold.
Now look at Hogg disposing of the ball from, is that Seacamp he got rid of? No. Wilkinson.
He's a good kick, Naish. You'd back him in. He's going to kick from 35 to 40 metres. Drop punt. It's a goal. Well, it's a flying start, isn't it? In a match like this where goals have become tough, Richmond with Naish's second have got an 11-point break just all of a sudden.
Well, that's his forte on the forward line, Naish. He's got to kick goals. For a little man, he doesn't do enough up the ground. In fact, he never gets really the opportunity up the ground. He's very dangerous up forward. There's the free kick against Morrish. And it's good to see the umpires at least consistent on this holding.
Yes, agreed, Don. Back to the centre. Terrific start to the quarter by the Tigers. 12-7 to 10-8. Let's see what Fitzroy can do. Knights roving the packs well. Onto the right foot. Kicks it wide out there. Menegola could have gone for the mark. He waited for it, but he's got the bounce. He knew what he was doing. He chips it in towards her. Oh, mark dropped by Morris. What will he do with it? He's on the boundary line. Oh, clever little kick too, as he finds Gale. Now David Johnston, the short chip, he's looking out there for Broderick. But certainly Richmond probably just looking the fresher side at the moment.
Certainly going longer when they're going to attack, aren't they?
Well, I think certainly that's part of John Northey's plan with the side. One handball and a long kick. It's worked so far in the Foster's Cup as we see Schaefer over the back. Here's Gale getting in another hand pass. It's a wild one though, back to Schaefer. Schaefer around the corner to half forward. It floats out towards the line. And Naish, that went over the line, so it'll be a throw-in.
We should qualify by saying too, Peter, their long kick is just not an indiscriminate kick. It goes to a space. It's a well-executed drop punt going to a space, so the players can lead there with confidence.
Jackson brought it back. Broderick has had just 3 kicks and 17 handballs. Now Baldwin from Matthews. Baldwin wide to half forward. Dunstan, who made an impression when he first came on. Ruse. Oh, brilliant play though by Bullis.
He's a goer. Very awkward kicking style, but very athletic and deceptively quick over the ground, Bullis.
Showed some pace there, didn't he, Don? Some acceleration to take it away from Ruse. Half forward, Richmond attacking. Armstrong caught Young. Is that holding it? Gotta be.
Yes. Would have been plenty of time to get rid of it, didn't he?
So Ross Lyon from between half forward and centre wing.
Ross Lyon brings it in towards Roos at half forward. He's caught behind. Oh, that was nearly a mark to Richmond. Here's a chance though. Dunstan on the left foot. He can't bring it back, in fact, and it bounces before it rolls over the line. There he is, number 18 for Fitzroy. Michael Dunstan from South Fremantle, a great football club. 12-7 to 10-8. Schaefer to do the ruck work against Satori. Satori taps it down. Caven, a strong tackle, but too high. And a free kick going the way of the Tigers. Brian Lees. Well, he's going to bring it across goal. He had seen Bannock. He's still looking for a short one. He's calling for Schaefer to make space. Now he's going for Bannock and Bauer. Bauer couldn't mark. It's a loose ball. Baldwin, clever hand pass. Back it comes to Broderick. Trying to pick it up as Baldwin again. Taps it on straight to Bauer. On to Young. Now Knights, and Richmond looking a little bit more assured at the moment.
Oh, another free kick.
Menegola to get it against Wilkinson. It was symbolic, wasn't it, that play a moment ago, with Baldwin just messing it up. And Richmond, 3 handballs, effective and now attacking. Menegola goes inside 50. Hogg Lynch coming across was Matthews. Hogg recovered. Lambert couldn't take it. Lambert now besieged. Flatten gets a free kick. High tackle. And Richmond.
And Lynch has hurt himself too.
Might have been a clash of heads, I think.
Fleming comes on for Lyon. Quick handball over. Hogg goes for goal. Kicks it right there. Stevens concedes, and it could be an important point. 2-goal game. No draws, remember, in the Foster's Cup. 10-8, 12-8.
Ross Lyon getting some instructions from Robert Shaw as Wilkinson brings it back into play. He's kicking it wide, looking for Jeremy Gard, and he's found him at half-back.
What a bad player, this fellow Gard, Jeremy.
Typical West Australian, plenty of skill.
Not yet.
Gard to the half-back line. Oh, free kick to no, not paid the Wine. Well, Jimmy Wine's looking at the umpire. Look at that. Well, I agree with you, young James. He can't believe it. Definitely should have been a free kick. Half-back for Fitzroy. Half-forward for Richmond. As players charge in after his Broderick. He loves to handball. Stevens. Oh, another wild hand pass. And a high tackle. And it will go back to David Johnston.
To Matthews. Armstrong. To centre half forward. Oh, Barry Young. Chopped it off well. Howard had it taken off him. Wind off the ground. Dunstan. Clever. Strong bodies going in. It was Broderick a moment ago.
Oh.
Howard, Dunstan, Lambert. Players coming from everywhere. They know they're playing for a big prize here.
Entertaining football. Good football.
Hasn't Knights lifted since half time. 10-8, 12-8. Schaefer goes against Caven. Bullis, handball was poor. Dundas had a quiet night, kicks to the pocket. Waiting for it, Lees. Just wonder now, Don, Fitzroy's kicked just 4 goals since quarter time. They've got to kick another 3 to win in the last 15 minutes. You're starting to struggle to find out where they're going to get them from.
Well, there's Satori tapping it over the back. Armstrong trying to crash his way through. Good attempt. And the umpire will have to bounce. Still anyone's game.
My word, it's a great contest.
A quick goal to Fitzroy.
Change the whole
then
momentum,
back to the centre, and they could easily pinch it. But at this stage, you'd probably just favour Richmond. Schaefer against Satori. Satori doing some good ruck work in that forward pocket. Back it comes in front of goal. Bannock, Young, Patura. Oh, the Fitzroy forwards didn't work hard enough then as the Tigers come out of trouble. Dashing play, Patura. In fact, himself in. And he's got himself into all sorts of trouble. Coming away with the ball is Wilkinson. He should bang it long to the square. Roos waits at the back. And Paul Roos has marked.
There was good talking.
This is 50 metres.
3 Fitzroy players
against Barry Young.
And it's on the 50-metre line. Katura, Dundas, and also Bauer.
Well, as I say, a quick goal will make all the difference. Bad play, Barry Young. Goal to Roos.
Well, Paul Roos is first, and it is just so important in tight games like this that you do not make critical mistakes. And one was made by Young, an undisciplined piece of play. You can't afford to do that. And Fitzroy are making a change. Wilkinson's going to come off. And Seacamp coming back on.
You wonder where they'll get a goal from. Well, Patura charging away, unable to effect a bounce on a greasy ground, and then Barry Young gives Roos a 50-metre penalty, and Fitzroy are back in business. Lambert got a high tackle.
Seacamp's gone onto the forward line for Fitzroy, Bruce, and Wilkinson off.
Wide kick to Naish, couldn't take it. Morris to worry him out of it, and the Lions come back strongly to half forward, attacking at Bannock and running it out Howard.
One player that's lifted in the centre there is Matthews. He hasn't missed a hit out in this last quarter. Shorter than Schaefer, but he's got an incredible leap. He's certainly risen to the occasion, setting them off.
Stretched himself over the top in this term. Schaefer goes against Seacamp. Dundas, who had a real go at Patura a moment ago. Free kick, Howard squaring up on Dundas. The ball squared. Here's Matthews to Johnston, who should do something effective with it. Roos. Bad kick on it.
That is disgraceful.
All too short. Now Young to Patura, the men who made the mistake a moment ago. Bremen held on to by Johnston. Still Bremen and Johnston. Oh, Bremen falling over. Got to keep your feet. Gale, Armstrong, swings the handle. Young, well, some mistakes. Bremen, still mistakes. Armstrong whips it off them. Brings it back to centre half forward. Howard attacks it. Gets caught by Dunstan, the handball. And I think they've tired some of these blokes, don't you?
Well, all you can do in a pressure situation like this, a lot of them have played pressure. He's exactly right, is kick it like Armstrong did. Put the onus on the guys down the ground.
Dead right, but they're really trying hard, these players. We must admit, as we've seen Lambert off and running. Bauer, pretty quick. And he kicks it. Was he push? Now, was it out in the full? It was. So the pressure put on then by Baldwin resulted in that kick out on the full. So full marks to Baldwin there. Peter Caban can chip it across. Oh, shocking play. Why would he do it? Naish.
Look at this.
Oh, look at this. It's going to cost him a goal. Racing in is Todd Bremen. Kicks it into Hogg. In fact, he kicked the goal. You wouldn't believe it. Well, Peter Caban, hang your head in shame. 13-8 to 11-8.
Well, this is where words fail. Luckily, we've got pictures. You can see there Matthews mouthing off as Naish came in. And Bremen was looking for Hogg, but Hogg realising it was a straight kick.
Bremen kicked the goal.
Fleming off too, and Elliott on for Fitzroy.
Cavan made the big blue.
I bet he comes straight off.
I think Robert Short already committed one interchange. He might have been struggling to commit another straight away. Broderick out of the centre. 2 goals the margin. Howard from the front.
That was good. He kept his eye on the ball all the time. Backing with that.
Lambert versus Wind. Lambert caught by Wind and puts it over the boundary line. Well, the next goal is so important. If Richmond get it, it'll be shut the gate, and if Fitzroy get it, it's back to square one. But the Tigers are 2 in front, and if they got 3 in front, you'd reckon it'd be enough, wouldn't you? Bannock's quick kick. Gale attacked it. Knights worried him out of it, off the ground by Free, and the Tigers get it up there, and the feeling is as intense right now as it was on the first bounce.
Well, I'd like to know how many goals Fitzroy have handed to Richmond on a plate. I reckon they've cost themselves 4 or 5, haven't they? But the Tigers have been terrific. They haven't given up. When Fitzroy have had the run on, there's Baldwin trying to knock it on. They're still not out of it, but again they want a handball instead of kicking it. Johnston on to Jim Wine. Wine chips it across. That's a better kick, and he's found Seacamp. Seacamp's got to move it quickly to his forwards. He's looking to kick it short. He should be going for the goal score, and he kicks into the man on the mark. He's got it again, though. David Johnston. Hand pass wide. Matthews gets a quick kick. They have gone absolutely nowhere there, Fitzroy. Still a chance, though, as Jamie Elliott runs at it. Bumped off the ball. Now Dundas. Now Patura mopping up, and he kicks it to the half-back line. Good play by the Tigers, and now a clash coming up.
A free kick, surely. Schaefer's gone off too, and Turner's come on for Richmond.
Campbell's free kick on guard. Wasn't that clever by Campbell, because guard was under pressure to control it. Goes towards the goal square. Satori. Oh, a beauty! A fly at the back. And we know he can kick a goal. This defender has only kicked 3 goals in the AFL competition. And
what a fly here. Ho-ho! Up over the top.
That's spectacular, isn't it?
Well, it's the great thing about this game that sets it apart, doesn't it, from many of the other football codes.
Oh, can he kick it? That's the big question.
Well, he did earlier, Don. The pressure's a bit bigger now. The stakes are higher. But he is closer. Maxfield to come off for Herman. Seacamp to put the lines within a goal with a drop punch straight through. Well, it's as good a semi-final as you can hope for, isn't it? It's got the lot, this one. 13-12.
What a magnificent fly. We've already described that, but we'll watch it here on replay. Seacamp coming from behind. Oh, big mark. And Maxfield's gone off. He limped off the ground, so he's injured.
Well, Fitzroy will not go down without a fight. 6 points the margin. The Tigers lead. The centre very, very important here. It's going Fitzroy's way. David Johnston right down the half-forward. Ruse taps at the ground. Jamie Elliott trying to trap it. Dives on the ball with desperation. Still got it, Elliott. Ruse was held. The umpire missed it.
Really?
Oh, boy, umpire, you have missed it. Should have been a free kick to Ruse. He was dragged back as he raced in after the ball, and the umpire missed it. Tony Free to the half-back line. Matthew Knights, good mark. Knights looking for an option.
In all fairness, the umpire had to look through a sea of players. Maybe our vantage point was a little more...
Centre wing, and it's rolled over the line at centre wing.
Now watch Ruse out the top of the screen there. There he is being restricted by Patura.
Just before
but the umpire really had to look through a sea of players.
Stevens off the ground.
Oh, good play, Armstrong. Desperate play.
Terrific footy, wasn't it? Free gets clear to centre half forward. Not many players down here. Menegola in the front spot. Caven trying to come off him. Lambert's Shepherd was magnificent. Got rid of Wine. Gave Menegola the chance. Naish underneath it. With courage. A great mark. Little fellow.
What a mark.
Gee, he kept his eye on it. He must have heard the thundering steps coming behind him. Oh, that's as good as Seacamp, isn't it?
Fantastic mark, Chris Naish.
And Matthews has gone off. He limped off the ground too, and Wilkinson came on. No, Boyd came back on.
It's a long way out, Don. He's a long way out. He's going to kick from over 50. He is a good goal kicker, but this would see him out, you'd think. Torpedo punt right there. Bremen flies, tries to rip it away.
Mark in front.
Yes.
Lynch.
To Lynch at full back. Hogg hasn't kicked a goal since Lynch has gone there.
Well, they had to make that move because Lynch is nearly the best fullback in the competition.
Short to Stevens.
Gee whiz, he looked dangerously then, didn't he?
Stevens.
Don't hand pass.
In the back pocket, 7.5 minutes remaining.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh, what is he going from there?
Gale. Now Caven. Touch play on Bremen. Caven to try and come away from him. Caven goes up to centre wing. That's Patura. Again turning it over. Fitzroy and Patura from centre wing.
Mark Patura looking for a pass, and he's found it to Ian Herman. Ian Herman chips it in towards half forward. In they come. Another great mark.
In front.
Taken by Naish. Now he's looking for someone to give it off to. He's found someone to. Matthew Knights from 55 metres. Bombs it in at goal and slams it through. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. 13-13. Fairview Knights has kicked 2 goals, and what a handy one that was. The Tigers lead by 12 points with just under 7 minutes of play left.
Well, he's had a quiet night, Knights, but here he is coming to the fore here on the run. 53 metres, bang, straight through the centre.
They're roaring, the Tigers. They're 2 goals in front of the Lions. Naish has been important in the last 5 minutes. 12-8, 14-8. And the club champion of last year kicked the goal. Herman's kicked, Stevens cut it off very well. On his left side, goes to half forward. Young was there with Elliott. Elliott's little kick. Patura's got good hands, good reflexes. The 18-year-old to centre wing. Lambert clever. Jackson's had a very ordinary night. Round the body. Naish beaten that
That's
time by Morris, who attacked it. Oh, Knight's too high. Morris rode it. Played on quickly, chipped it to Gale, Fitzroy to attack, Seacamp gives him a target, Gale kicks it towards Seacamp, Patura with him, Seacamp, Patura to put the pressure on, Seacamp's handball to Dundas, back to Gale, Gale trying to get the Lynch's gone
well
up
done,
forward.
Lynch.
Now Elliott goes for goal, Lees, goes to half back, Seacamp, mark paid or free kick, take your pick. Gives Patura one to go on with. Too far out to goal. Lynch, they've thrown their big players up forward. Centres to Broderick. Broderick can kick a goal. He's a long kick normally. That one will find Dunstan. Great stretch, good mark. This game's still alive.
And great courage too. We talk about Nash down the other end. This kid had to hold his ground too, and he was open as a garden gate on that occasion. Have a look.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me.
Haven't we seen 3 great marks in the last 5 minutes? Seacamp, Naish and Dunstan to goal. Well, they won't lie down. They refuse to give up the Lions. There's some spirit here from both teams. And Don, it was just as the script said, wasn't it, that both these sides would have what we call a red-hot go, and haven't they done just that?
And the other thing about Fitzroy, in the last couple of minutes, they've really started to play pressure football. They haven't mucked around with the ball. Lynch punching the ball down when caught behind it, kicking the ball, and they've really lifted.
Ian Robertson is down on the ground. What's the report on Stuart Maxfield, Robbo?
Well, Macca, one of their real desperados, Stuart Maxfield. He's been heavily bandaged just above his right knee. I feel as though it's just a bit of a cork thigh. Heavy knock, but let's hope he can get back into the fray, because he really is a great player for the Tigers tonight.
Satori going off the ground, Dale Fleming on, and Alistair Lynch doing the ruck work. He's beaten for that one. Oh, look at the desperation of all the players. Ian Herman traps it, kicks it high, Morris in front. Taps at the ground. Here's little Lambert. He's caught with it. Herman going in to lend a hand. Umpire calling play on, good umpiring. And it's at half forward for the Tigers. 5 minutes of play left in this match. Brad Boyd on screen as the umpire bounces at half forward for Richmond.
Jackson holds his ground. High tackle by Stevens, holding the ball against Jackson.
Well, it's a small forward line Fitzroy have got now, with Ruse the only big fellow down there.
Armstrong to Ruse, who's way up at centre wing. He trapped it all right. Oh, the handball was good. Johnston's had some touches. Goes for Lynch, gets him. Where's he playing, Don?
In the ruck.
Lynch at 50 metres. And he's a thumping kick. Could he kick it? Could he kick a captain's goal?
Oh.
Bang! Leans back, goes, kicks it. Scores a level. It was a Dacos goal. It was the old torpedo, the lean back, and he went bang. What a game. Oh,
this
fantastic.
Is great stuff.
Oh, what a captain's goal, Don Scott.
That was just simply fantastic. He's not the most accurate kick in the world, but he's let that go from 55. The torpedo, you can see there. And what an excellent effort in the last quarter since he's been moved into the ruck. Lynch. He's drifting into the forward line and giving them something. He's contesting.
No draws, remember. There'll be no draw here. It'll be extra time if we go to it.
14-8 apiece. Alistair Lynch beaten for it again. Tony Free. Now it's Stephen Jackson, the quick kick to the half-forward line. Oh, he went for a wild kick, Morris. He missed it. Brad Boyd, oh, he panicked too and went to kick it. The pressure showing as it's given out from Gale to guard. Guard off, Fitzroy got loose men everywhere. This is Paul Broderick. Broderick on the left foot, a sweeping kick to the half-forward line. It's thumped over the line. Scores a dead set level. We have 3 minutes and 50 seconds of play left in this match. It's been absolutely magnificent. John Northey on screen.
2 by 5 minutes extra time if it goes that way, and it could well do. Well, both teams, you'd reckon, want it so much. Lees goes to ground, they call for it, they want it holding the footy.
I think the umpire thought twice about it too, didn't he?
Well, look at Brian Lees. What a match it's been. So, a lot of mistakes, but the intensity's been so high that you've got to forgive and forget in circumstances such as these, because they've given everything.
Well, Fitzroy really have lifted their standard of play now. They're really playing pressure football. Early on, they weren't.
Well, the Tigers have had them buried a couple of times in this quarter. Lynch, free. Quick kick to centre wing. Herman gets away from Gale. Drop punt. Squeezes it up towards half forward.
See, Gale was caught behind, and in situations like that, you can't be caught behind.
Dragging the legs a bit, Michael Gale.
Well, put your body in front. He's got a big body, Peter. Herman's got to run through him because the ball's going to come down in a haphazard fashion because of the pressure.
John Northey's been in some tight situations as a Melbourne coach. Must have turned him inside out the day Hawthorn came from behind out here to beat them in a preliminary final.
Gary Buckenara's kick.
Jimmy Steins.
That one.
Well, this one's tight too.
Well, it's at the opposite end of the ground now. It's Richmond's half-forward line. One would think a goal at this stage would almost win the game. Now there's Broderick. Good skills by Broderick. Onto the left foot, a booming kick. Alistair Leach. Oh, no mark.
Oh, Dundas.
Little bit stiff. Away with the ball comes Campbell. Campbell in towards half-forward. Oh, reading it well was Caven, but it's a loose ball with Nathan Bauer. Hand pass out wide. He's looking for Hogg. They all went without it. The ball hits the deck. Broderick trying to get in a hand pass. They dive on top of it at half-forward for Richmond.
Campbell kick wasn't good though, because Hogg's lead was excellent. He kicked it straight down Caven's throat.
14-8 apiece, 2 minutes and 25 seconds left.
You've got to stand after this game and applaud players of both sides. They've really given value for money tonight.
Well, any score would be handy here. 45 metres from goal. Winecourt gets a quick kick away. Campbell, no mark.
It must have been touched, was it? Because that
wasn't far enough. I don't think it was far enough.
I thought it did.
Dennis Rich said play on immediately. The ball was kicked, so it must have been touched off it. 1 minute and 56 remaining. Do we go to extra time here, or can one of these brave teams snare a score? Left foot by Guard to centre wing. Fleming and Howard. Howard got rid of Fleming and he didn't fall over. It was important, wasn't it? Young panicked a bit, didn't look, but he's got some Richmond players there. Lambert, Herman towards the boundary line. Well, you couldn't get a more even situation, could you? A minute 30, scores level, and it's at centre wing.
I'm glad I'm in the commentary box and not the coach there in Robert Shaw's seat. He must be a very nervous man. There's Armstrong. Now Lambert putting it in front of Knights. Oh, he should have run straight through him.
He should have run harder than Seacamp.
Yeah, he should have. Oh, well done by Broderick. He's been good when the pressure's been applied. Here's Armstrong in towards Roos. Was he held? He dives on it. Oh, trying to sock it away was the Fitzroy. Oh, this is a loose ball. Here's Howard. Knocked away from him. Fitzroy with a big chance here. They should try and knock it on. The Richmond player. Oh, he dragged it in.
Free.
Desperate stuff. What a terrific game.
55 seconds. It's now at Fitzroy's end of the ground. Even a point would probably win it. Lynch taps it down. Who'll end up with it? Fleming grabs it. Tries to shuffle it out. The Richmond rebound through Barry Young. 43 seconds left. Oh, bounce. Favours Naish. Naish in the full forward and Menegola has marked.
He was behind, boy. He was behind Peter. He wasn't shoulder to shoulder. He wasn't with his man.
Menegola will kick from 30 metres, a pressure kick. Even if he kicks the goal, it's still not over. Todd Menegola kicks and goals. 6 points. The Tigers lead in this magnificent game. It doesn't deserve to be a loser. We have 10 seconds of play left in this match.
Well, that's his second goal, but boy, there's his opponent. We can get this on replay. Here's the high kick. Nash quickly on his boot, but look how far Boyd's behind Menegola.
Gee, Nash again. Listen to the Tiger roar.
10 seconds left.
Can Fitzroy produce a moment of magic? They need it. Can someone conjure a trick to get them a goal in 10 seconds to take it to extra time? Lynch tries. An attack on the footy by Fleming was big. Fitzroy have wasted 7 seconds. Richmond are there. They've made it, the Tigers.
What a game of football, Bruce and Don. Look at John Northey. He is delighted, and no wonder. And the Richmond players, you would have thought they'd won a premiership. Full marks to Fitzroy. They were gallant in defeat and they didn't deserve to be a loser.
Well, it was a terrific game right from the start. The intensity was there. John Northey running on to congratulate his players. He'd be a happy man. They've played with a lot of enthusiasm through their practice games this year, and it's flowed on through into the Foster's Cup.
Well, the spirit in this club will be so high after tonight. The character was shown by both teams, but there's got to be a winner, and this team won it. Maybe they were more desperate when it counted. They'll believe they were, and they take that belief with them now into a grand final in 9 days' time. And they're going to play either West Coast or Essendon. It was a match that had everything. It was so exciting from the first bounce. And the Tiger is roaring again. It's West Coast and Essendon this Saturday night in the second semi-final. But the story from here tonight is that John Northey's Tigers are roaring in Melbourne again. They've won their way, the hard way, into the final from Waverley Park.
This has been a 7 Sport production.
John, I don't think anything needs to be said. We're pretty excited down here, obviously.
Oh, yes. The boys have done the supporters and the club proud. I mean, just their sheer persistence won out over the night. We were probably struggling up till half-time, but they just kept persisting, kept grinding away. We didn't play well. Perhaps the opposition didn't let us play well, but they kept hanging in there and hanging in, and it was just sheer persistence. But, it was just a great team effort.
And from your point of view as having coached Melbourne and lifted them, what do you think was needed, particularly at Richmond, to get a commitment like they showed you last Wednesday night and tonight?
Well, that's difficult to say. I think, Robbo, actually, I think the players just wanted to do it. I mean, when you've been on the bottom for as long as Richmond have, and the players were just sick and tired of that, I think they've put in an extremely hard pre-season. They've got themselves extremely fit, as fit as anybody at this time of the year, and that just gives you a chance to win. Of course, along comes that we've had those 4 or 5 recruits that have been very important for us, which has taken a lot of pressure off Knights, Lambert, Campbell, Hogg, Jackson, those types of players, and they can play with a bit more freedom. But, you know, they're just magnificent young boys.
Well, without, for fear of singling out people, that Mark Vetura's a good young boy, isn't he?
Yes, he is. You know, he hadn't played a senior game till this year, and he's showing a great deal of composure in that position for a young fellow. You know, and he's still learning the trade. So hopefully, you know, each week now he just keeps progressing.
And what about Shafee? Were you pleased with his performance?
Oh yes, I thought, you know, perhaps we didn't capitalise on his ruck work enough. They just beat us in at the centre bounces to take the good work that he did, and took the ball out a bit too easy at times. But he's certainly a very valuable player to us. He's got a great spring, and certainly has helped around. You know, you've got to play well, and you've got to play well around the centre, and that's what he did.
How's the ticket, John?
Well, Jesus, you know,
it's tough, isn't it?
Pardon me, but I think I've aged a little bit over the night. But it was just great to be involved in that, and I'm just so pleased for the players themselves, and certainly the supporters that have followed Richmond through thick and thin, and now they're getting their just rewards.
There's nothing like a real close game. I mean, there's a terrific disappointment down the road, but from your point of view, there's nothing like winning a close game, is there?
Oh no, it just shows, you know, once you can start winning the close ones and consistently win the close one, you've got a very good team. We've started off well, we've won a very close game, so hopefully that's the start of things to come.
Well, the spirit's great, John, and congratulations. Keep up the good work. What, Saturday week?
Saturday week,
Looking forward to it?
Oh, my word.
Good on you,
I need
John.
a rest first, though.
Terrific. Well done, John.
Thanks, Robbo.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for doing that. Good on you.
Hi, I'm Brian Leach from the Richmond Football Club. For all your football action, stay tuned to Channel 7.
Banana headed something.
When I'm watching 3-0 football, that's right, that's right.
I sing a bit too.
Good on you. Well done. Good boy.